All right, guys. I am here with Lachlan Doherty.
Yes.
I've never pronounced your surname before.
No, you got it right.
But it's not a confusing one.
You'd be surprised.
You're the first non-Asian person on the podcast.
Actually. God. Welcome to my life. I'm forever the white boy. Always.
And this is number 14 now. So your podcast number 14.
Sweet.
As usual, no questions planned.
Yep.
I did do a little bit of research.
Oh, God, that's
I know, but it's like, I feel like as I go along, I don't want to be completely blind.
Yeah.
So I figure I better do a little bit of research. I don't even know how this happened. I think we were just meant to have a catch-up.
Yeah.
But then I thought, fuck it. Life's too short to have catch-ups. I might as well do two things at 100%. The same time.
Yeah. I'm down to create anything always, so why not?
Not everyone is, man. Like, I've got a mate of mine who I would love to get on the podcast, and he's already, I don't know.
I think people are scared of saying something wrong and it's forever being just on the internet.
Well, yeah, but I've noticed that this as a medium is so much more hardcore than Facebook or with Facebook, you can say something that everyone disagrees with, but within a few days, it's fucking gone.
It's my life. I'll put up something and everyone disagrees with me.
But you know what I mean? It's like
3 days of nothing and then I'll do it again
But it disappears. It sort of has this vanishing effect.
Even though but you can go back and find it, but it's just that
no one does.
Oh, you've got
really?
better friends than I do then.
So they dig up shit.
Oh, they'll find it like 6 months later. They'll go back and be like, oh, bump. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
Oh, you can still delete it.
I mean, the big one for me was like, I put up, it was the Pandem 32 GTR.
Right.
One of those from the States. And I'm like, look, I like how it looks. It looks sick.
You had an opinion.
I don't like the fact you have to cut the fenders on a 32 GTR. Like that
I would have
seems
said the
like
same.
sacrilege. And everyone's going, oh, it looks sick. I'm like, why are you hating on it? I'm like, I like how it looks, but I would do it to like a GTT. Not a GTR.
Sometimes you just hit nerves with people.
Yeah, but it was everyone. And I was like,
did you enjoy that though? Do you enjoy? I wouldn't call it trolling, but it's a form of trolling. To some degree.
Like, look, I'm not going to ever apologize for the opinion I have. If I think something, I'm going to stick by my opinion. Like, your
opinion can change.
I think it's people misunderstood what I was saying to start with.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I went, oh, this is sacrilege, and then they were like, oh, but
it's like that thing. I bring it up often with friends. It's kind of like that thing where they're looking for holes in your game. They're constantly looking to throw you on the bus, under the bus, just to make them like they're looking for likes on their nasty comments. Yeah, sort of. It's smart ass, but
thrive on controversy.
But it's a real Australian way too. Like I think
100%.
a lot of people from overseas might not understand that we pay each other out in terms of...
I'm terrible at it. I do it non-stop.
Right, just pay your mates out, right?
Oh, yeah, because it's funny. It's a different form of humour.
It's like, it's almost like a term of endearment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you care about someone, so you give them shit because...
And you get it in return.
Oh, 100%.
And you kind of... Secretly, you don't really love it, but at the same time, you completely understand it.
I don't know.
It's an acceptance.
I think it keeps people somewhat humble because it's like the...
But that's a tall poppy thing. That's what the definition of it is. To keep people humble.
Yeah. But when I guess it's like when it's just your mates and you're chilling in the garage or whatever, and it's just like giving each other shit for stuff that was 6 months ago.
It's also the other way around, though. I find like when people give their friends too much of a pat on the back for just because they want to be support.
Yeah.
But actually, that hurts in the long run.
Not doing them any good.
Well, especially when they find out. Like when they find out that actually their mates haven't been such good mates because they haven't been honest and they've actually, it's like if you were fucking dying of cancer, you probably want to know about it rather than people telling you, oh, you'll be right, don't worry about it. But like everyone going, fuck, he's buying it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then eventually you'll find out, you'll be like, what the fuck?
But especially like if you're putting yourself out there, like if you're doing something and you look like a dickhead and your friends are like supporting you and being like this, like, oh yeah, go for it, no worries. It's like, no, you need to tell me if I'm being an idiot here.
Yeah.
Like you need to keep me grounded a little bit and
it's kind of what mates are really for.
Yeah,
but it's hard to... It's sometimes hard. It's sometimes hard to be super blunt with mates, but they're the ones that can handle it the most probably.
Yeah, I'd say more than anyone else. Like it's a lot harder to go to someone you don't know. I would think when sort of flows back to the whole sort of free speech and whatever, but it's like it flows back to if you're going to someone that you don't know as well and you're going, oh, hey, and you're honest with them, it's then perceived as something that could be possibly too far and too aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's where it's a hard line because I think you can kind of get away with it with your friends because I guess the assumption there is that you've got good intentions.
Well, yeah, but then with the world being so small, you end up publishing a bit of footage or something about you and your mates. Yeah. And like, I just recently, I'm a bit of a UFC fan, and I watched one of the women fight. She's just a dominator. Her name is Chris Cyborg, and a training video got out where her trainer just slaps her in the head like as hard as he fucking can. And apparently they do it every camp. Yeah. Like apparently they've been doing it forever. Which makes sense. It's the first time that they've someone in the gym recorded it and put it on social media knowing, and I'm sure it was a friend of his or hers too. Yeah. This is the problem with friends. You got friends, then you've got friends. But it's, so someone put it up knowing that this is going to cause a controversial backlash, which it did. So 100%. A billion people, feminists especially all over the world, were like, what the fuck is this guy hitting this girl for? Yeah. But
context is needed there.
Right, because she loves it.
Exactly.
She instantly hopped on and said, this is normal.
Yeah,
she does it every camp.
But then you have people that are going, oh, well, that's not normal. Like, there's always, everyone's got an opinion on it.
Right. It's an interesting time that we're living in. Don't you think?
I hate it. It's just
like, even that free speech thing, like, I read this morning that Qantas have had a stern talking to their staff to say that you can't use, madam or...
Really?
Yeah, just in case... in case you're talking to a transgender person or something, and it's like, wow, it's literally happening.
But I think the thing is, every interaction I've had with anyone who is transgender is always like, they'll correct you and be like, yeah, okay, sweet, there you go. Like they'll give you the correct answer and the correct thing to say. Yeah. It gets real hurtful and aggressive if you keep doing it the wrong way, even if they've told you correct, correct pronoun to use.
I'm sure there's there's women that are feminists that hate the term feminist, and like this is what's happening. Yeah, it's like same thing with Greenpeace. They were once really respectable and cool, but then there's always going to be extremists, right?
Like anything with extremists.
Yeah, anything. But the extremists and the non-extremists all have the same weight in voice. Yeah, and that's the problem, right? So it's kind of like. It's taken me fucking years to realize, why should I lose sleep over this comment? If I just hit that person's Facebook profile, do a bit of stalking and realize, man, this person's done nothing in life.
Yeah. And I think you got to almost look at it. And I think sometimes we let it get to us too much, where they'll say something you just don't even... You give it too much credit, and that's what people always say is like there'll be 10 good comments and one bad one, and all you think about is that bad one, and you get worked up about it. But it's like, and I'm 100% guilty of it, because I'll reply to a comment that's not the nicest, and then all of a sudden it turns into a thread with 50 comments.
And if you had that ability to press the calm the fuck down button, you probably might not have replied like that.
Yeah, because you just hype up. I think
it's fascinating, isn't it?
Fight or flight, I think.
Especially with young people, it's obvious. It's like... It's gotten to a stage almost where in sport, for example, if you're a young, upcoming motorcycle rider or anything in any sport, the media will be after you to say something young and stupid. And
100%.
But then at the same time, while the backlash is happening, you have a whole lot of people that are like, well, you know what? Yeah, he's young, or she's young, and that's how it is when you're young, and you do make mistakes in front of the media, especially.
What was the American kid at the Winter Olympics that said something, or what it was, woke up late or something, said something completely stupid? I can't remember what the comment was.
Right,
and then people are going, oh, it's the first. I think it's like a 19-year-old kid or something. Yeah. And people are going, oh, it's disrespectful. And it's like, yeah, but it's a 19-year-old kid, and he's at the Olympics and won gold.
Right, and he's got things that 19-year-old kids have on their 100%. Brains.
100%. And you can't expect a 19-year-old when you're put after having competed and won a gold medal and the hype from that to put them in front of a camera and expect them to not fuck up.
It reminds me of hearing old women on the couch watching A Current Affair and going, oh, isn't that horrible?
They made a whole show about it.
Right. Yeah, well, they did, right? And this is what I'm saying. It's like once upon a time, these women were just in there lounge rooms complaining, but now they've got a voice. Yeah. Now they can go straight to Twitter and it's really fascinating.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Everyone has a voice, but that's not always a good thing.
Well, this is my problem is obviously with bringing up that vlogger and stuff, it's kind of like, well, people who've got a voice seem to have this huge following.
Yeah.
And if you read the comments, there's not one single intellectual debate going on in there.
No, it's always...
It is literally, like, you can scroll down for days.
Oh, yeah.
And there's literally not one single thing worth discussing in the video, let alone in the comments.
At
and
the
it's
same
like...
time, I look at them and go, are the comments even worth comment? Like, you know, when you look through comments, and it's always... And for me, it's always car stuff that I watch, but... The amount of comments that are just like, why would you even bother commenting it? Like, if they've got a big enough following, they're not going to go and respond to every comment.
Right, especially if you're not saying anything.
Correct,
this is what I'm saying. It's like...
If it's like, oh, I love the car, dude, it looks sick. It's like, why would you even bother commenting it? Like, who's going to see it? I was like, by all means, feel free to comment. And I guess people that actually give a shit about feedback will go back and look at it and appreciate it.
Well, constructive feedback is gold.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's your choice whether you want to run a channel where everyone just likes the video automatically and then writes thumbs up and can't wait for the next one. And it's kind of like, shallow.
Don't forget the old like, comment, subscribe crap.
Well,
like,
yeah, and this is the funny thing. Like, I started saying that a little bit at the end of some of my videos, but when I was saying it, I was kind of like, I actually legit want the feedback right now because I haven't got any. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't want like thumbs up. I actually want some proper feedback, which is not easy to get. So, but yeah, I don't want to fall into that trap. You know, like one of my graphic design associates had a look at one of my videos and said, "Oh, so what are you now, a vlogger?" And I'm like, "Oh, fuck,
wrong word."
You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not like I'm sitting here wanting to be pigeonholed. I'm just trying a new medium.
Exactly.
Medium being video, not written word and not photography.
Yep.
Simple as that. It's not vlogging. It's not making movies. It's not. Yeah. It's a different medium.
Podcasting's weird because it's sort of like, for me, I've always consumed podcasts, and that's just the content creators that I follow. They've always had podcasts.
Yeah.
So since I was in like middle of high school.
How old are you now?
20. I'll be 21 in
You're
July.
A baby.
Young, yeah. So I think since I was like mid high school, you know, I have watched and listened to podcasts.
Yeah.
All the time. If I'm working on the car, if I'm driving anywhere, anything, I'll chuck on a podcast because they're usually a good way to listen to something and just sort of zone out.
I find the same, but it's like, I find even if I'm going to bed, I'll listen to rather than music now because it's just like, I know it's filling my brain with
actual
good stuff.
It's more stimulating. Like, I love music, but at the same time, it's like I really need to update my playlist, and it's all the same stuff over and over.
It's a job in itself.
Yeah.
To keep music fresh.
Yeah. Podcast is like, if you've got one that's like the one company that they make a fair bit of stuff. They've got 3 that I listen to, and they each come out every week.
And how do you find you're applying that stuff? I'll probably take a step back because like pretty much. I mean, not everyone that I've had on the show. I mean, I've hardly had anyone on the show. But the idea would be to have more established people who are really...
Yeah, not me. And
so we might as well discover that angle because it's completely different.
Yeah.
So it's more about like figuring out, maybe let's talk about where you started.
Yep.
Maybe what kind of work you got into that maybe wasn't you, and then you had to... move on from that. I know that if I look at your Facebook profile, it says something quite corporate and dry, actually.
Yeah,
like you're in some sort of banking work or finance or something.
I've always, so for me, the thing's always been cars. So I finished school and basically I just wanted to do car stuff. Didn't want to work with cars. I was already working for a bank from like end of year 11, just working weekends. Right. And that's what I'm back to doing now because I'm at uni.
So you're actually academically, you're a smart guy.
So, supposedly, yeah.
And you're okay with math?
Yeah, I don't like it, but yeah. I mean, look, my marks wouldn't show that because I didn't have any interest. It's weird because I finished school, went, I don't want to go to uni. I just wanted to earn enough money that I could do, and this is what my whole thing's been the entire time, is I want to earn enough money that I can do what I enjoy doing and not starve to death, pretty much. So it's if I can
pretty simple plan.
Yeah, so if I can chuck money, like I don't care about getting to, you know, $1 million in the bank account. I would rather go and spend it on a car and enjoy it and have fun and actually just enjoy life rather than working till I'm, 70 and then just pay taxes and die. So I just worked for 2 years when I finished school, every day, full time, a little bit of overtime here and there, doing weekends as well.
And were you saving?
No. I mean, look, it was a good thing to do from a financial positioning sense, I guess. I mean, look.
Well, yeah.
It let me
you're
do
still
things.
20 as well.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, look. I look and
almost
go,
like you've done your time early, which is interesting.
somewhat. I mean, look, I was able to work full time, and I didn't save money, but I did go and buy a house. So it's like,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, not in Sydney, but because it's
Yeah.
but Adelaide.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
So that's kind of, I went, okay, that was worth working for the 2 years to do that.
Like I know people that are closer to 30 and still can't
and look,
do it. So
I can't do anything more than thank my parents enough because they helped me a fair bit with it.
yeah,
But
which is almost essential, to be honest.
Oh, look, now it is, yeah. It's difficult.
Even banks need your parents to act as guarantors at the very minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, they don't want to take a risk on a
because it's
young
risky,
person.
especially when you look at how, and this is the thing with how low rates and everything are, it has to go up at some point, I would say. So you've got to make sure that people are going to be able to afford it, and it's the responsible thing to do is to make sure that there is a fallback plan there, and especially with how the population's growing and the amount of cheap houses where it's like out where I am at Campbelltown, there's like brand new houses for like 600,000-700,000, which is obscene.
I know, yeah.
And it's like they've got to do that pretty much to be able to buy a house because I mean they want to be living at home.
They're old values, so you probably have a good upbringing and you have that kind of those values.
Yeah, somewhat.
I think a lot of people past your age are probably like you're never meant to say never. Yeah. But I think a lot of them are kind of like, I'm never going to own a house. Oh, 100%. Maybe if they get married and they have two people that 100%. Can maybe put a deposit down, then maybe yes, with lots of parents that could help. But as it is now, being single, and
it's hard.
They're kind of like, it's almost like the 40-year-old virgin thing. Yeah. They're not virgins, but it's kind of like living at home is a form of virginity. Yeah, exactly. And look, I'm guilty. I would happily move out, but it's just not financially viable. At all. It's not. Like, I would think now it doesn't help that I'm a student, but I couldn't. The thing that didn't make any sense was I could have lived in the house in Adelaide, worked full-time, the same job I was doing, got paid the same amount, and I could have afforded to pay the mortgage. Yeah. But if I'm living in Sydney, I can't even afford to rent. Look, it's... I think... I know how much money you can blow in Sydney. Like, because I don't cook, and it's like, man, even just Deliveroo and Menu will destroy your life. Even if you're just eating Macca's through, like, Uber Eats, like, even that's like 12, 15 That's bucks. What I'm saying. And if you're doing that every day, it's expensive. And God forbid, like, going out with the boys or whatever, like, one night is, like, hundreds of dollars. This is why I don't go to the city. Like, because it's an hour on the train, and I cannot be bothered. But it's like I'm not spending $400 and then ending up at the Star at 3 a.m. and it's just I'm just gonna. So how does it go from like? Well, it's interesting because you're in that generation where there's so many more distractions than ever. You've got mates literally putting peer pressure on you to waste even more time and money. Yeah. And how do you go from that to staying on this sort of old school, trying to be... Because, you're almost the complete opposite to what a lot of people bitch about with your generation. I think it was more that my parents sort of came to me and said, hey, look, would you like to do something like that rather than spending all your money on idiotic cars? And I'm like, yeah, because it means that I could save more money and have equity and buy more cars. So yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's actually you having to plan. And that's not a natural thing for humans to do. Starting uni wasn't exactly in the plan, but Yeah. So you're still studying now? I started 3 months ago. So I mean, I'm not even at uni. I'm a college student. So I'm doing a bridging course to get into the uni degree I want because I didn't give a crap about school at the end of it and didn't get a good ATAR. Yeah, right. So I'm sort of paying the price now, but... Yeah, but you're still young, so... Yeah, and that's the frustrating bit, though, because it's like my brother's 2 years younger than me. Right. He started last week. Right. So he beat me. Competition's always good. It kills me. But competition's always good. You know what? Long route, scenic route. Look, it's also about who you meet and who you know. Like, I know you've offered to do some work for ZEN, and we got you shooting something, David's race car. Yep. I also know that and they're not good. Look, in hindsight, I hate them. Yeah, but that's testament to what we do as well. Yeah, is giving everyone a go, and it's hilarious to think that an amateur's photos could be up on a blog that has that much reach. I'm gonna say it scared the crap out of me. But some people might not have appreciated it, or you know what I mean. Like, it's good that you actually put some importance and value on it. Yeah, I also think that could hinder you in many ways. Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's good to look back on your career later on and think, oh, you know what? I had a pretty good start there, and you kind of went strong from there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not the case, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of like disappeared for a bit there, and I see you at the meets. Like, I see you getting involved in the car scene with the meets and stuff.
I tried to. It's weird. I sort of checked out for a bit just because I think once, and it's a nice, lovely topic. Once end of month meet ended, and it's weird because I was actually going to say something about that. But
yeah, sure. It's a good topic.
Once that sort of ended, and especially the last few months of it, because I was like, I'd like just put my car on the ground, so I was not keen to get defected.
Yeah. Which is hilarious, isn't it? Isn't that just the most hilarious culture ever? That we modify our cars to be completely illegal, and then
don't drive
we
them.
Don't go to car meets. We don't go to the motor show, but we're car guys.
I think it's a culture shift, and this is the thing. So like, I was at the downshift meet over the weekend, and I went with the uni because we got our motorsport team, went along with them, and tried to organise to take the car out to that. But it's weird that, and I still never understand, and it's weird because I don't like the fact that it's what's my generation, but it's...
Of course, you must be frustrated.
It's like, why would you go to a meet and then do a skid leaving? But it doesn't happen at the downshift meets. Like, it doesn't happen at all. The last 4 I've been to, it doesn't happen.
But it's not because of the meet.
No, but I think it's like... It's the culture. It's the fact that it's
those
acceptable.
people are still there. Like, downshift meet had a punch-up fight. We've never had a punch-up.
I didn't hear about that.
But talk to the guys at downshift about the troubles that they had with their meets
and
before.
You're always going to have it when you have people in a public place.
Look,
but
you don't even know. This is what I'm getting at. You have a meet, nothing happens. You know, you can't just say that shit doesn't happen at our meets, because I'm sitting there going, we've never been defected at one of our meets, and then the month after we get defected.
Exactly.
It's not. You're not in control. Let's be honest.
100%.
Here.
Look,
how
I've
many
tried to
people are there?
organise
If something did go wrong and people do start rioting, as if you're going to do anything about it.
No, you're going to run
one
for
of
the
5
hills.
people running a team.
Exactly.
That just shit your pants and just hands in the air and just go, fuck, call the cops.
What can you do? They're the backup. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
When I try and organise, and I've been quiet doing it again because it's just been such a toxic scene. But I tried to organise some out at like Olympic Park, just like out on the strip there. And we were fine. Like, it's just a group of mates, and we'd maybe like 10, 15, 20 of us, and we just catch up, right?
You just got to wonder what's the point.
And that's the thing. For us, it was like we're all from over Sydney, so it's like it's a good spot to actually meet up and just catch up, right? But then someone, I don't even know who, someone shares it somewhere, and then all of a sudden you've got like 100 cars.
That's what I'm saying.
And then someone does a skid.
But then next thing you know as well, you got 100,000 cars, and you're like, let's start up a new forum, and you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. It's all very insular to me. And from a bigger perspective, from my perspective, downshift meets, they were JDMST and a month meets.
Yeah, so it was all before my time, so I don't know how it all evolved.
So they were running an a month meet for me.
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah. You know, but now it's like, well, we drove to Queensland. We held All Stars in Queensland. We drove there. Yeah. But what is it with the downshift guys not driving to Sydney and having a show here?
They do.
They didn't.
Oh, not then or now?
Right, they didn't then.
Yeah.
And it was like, I looked at it as just a cash grab.
Yeah. And that's it. And I think the thing is, anyone thinks like, and especially now, people are like, oh, we can just organise a meet, no worries. But they don't actually understand what needs to go to. And the thing I don't.
Look, it's like it doesn't matter. It's like over the years, I've had so many people that approach me and they want to start up as something in the scene. I'm like, good luck to you, because it's a big trap. Because you want to do it for your mates, but then you realize at the end of it, when you finally make it, the last people that come are your mates.
Yeah.
Because you just have a sea of strangers. Yeah. I mean, numbers game is a really dangerous game.
It shouldn't be about that. It should be about...
It never was. End of month meet was always about people who are really into it that were there. And we only released the venue 3 or 4 nights before the event to keep them small. Yeah. Right? But then they just got so big that it's like, well, do you want to be exclusive or inclusive? Exactly. It got really difficult.
But I think and this is the hard bit with the way it all is now, is I think it went through a bit of a shift, and I'm going to use the word kids, even though I don't like it because it's still me, but all the kids that didn't go through what you talk about, where it's like, you know, the cops would shut down meets when you had it, and then you start organising meets at a spot like Eastern Creek because you're trying to do it the right way and do the right thing. They didn't go through any of that, so they don't understand all of the.
Oh, I get it.
The fact that they ruin it.
But then knowing that and getting that makes it even more frustrating. 100%. For me.
Because they can say, "Oh yeah, we get it." But
it's like I've always invested in younger kids because I know that one day they could be amazing people.
Yeah.
And you never know who they're going to be. So you never treat someone with disrespect when they're young because they're not really there yet.
You don't know.
You know what I mean? So I give them the time. Like if they walk into the shop or whatever and say, how much power is your car making? I'm like, you could have Googled that on your smartphone, which is actually a computer, not a telephone.
Yeah.
And you could have literally got the answer from various websites.
Yeah.
But you asked me that boring question. I'm like, poor you. Let me ask you a more interesting question. And I always try to, plant seeds.
Exactly.
And see where they go. But it's like, it got to a point where I suppose I couldn't, not so much control, but I couldn't influence the masses as much as I used to be able to. Well, it's just so much stupidity. That's all.
It all changed from, and this is the problem I have with it all. And whilst I appreciate the fact that it was that anyone can be involved, it was the whole that anyone's accepted. And look, when I used to go to meets, the first meets I went to when I was driving Mum's old Hyundai, I used to go to the end of month meets and I used to park at the back because I'm not going to go park a Hyundai next to a GTR. Like I'm not going to do that. But now it's like you rock into a meet and there's like all these cars you don't know, but it's all just like bog standard cars. And it's like, it's not about the cars anymore. It's just about and I 100% appreciate going and enjoying the people, but it's like, people sort of will talk themselves up to the stage where it's like no one's humble anymore.
Look, it only takes me to get 5 people together to go to any downshift meet or low down meet and ruin the whole meet for the rest of the 99% of people there.
That's all.
And there's something very wrong with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's very wrong in that it's too easy for me to just rock up myself with my mates and do burnouts at the end, and the cops come and we're already home.
Yeah.
But anyone can do that.
Anyone can do it. But it's
so if people are already trolling you on the internet, what's to stop them from just not even turning up to the meet, literally just being outside and doing a few burnouts and then pissing off?
Yeah.
That's already enough for you and a lot of people there to cop it. And it's kind of like, man, that is shaky foundation, no matter which way you look at it.
That's what people were doing with NMLPs. They used to come and park down the street and sit out the front.
It's not a sustainable model.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I had to pull the plug in the end of the day because it's kind of like, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
And like, it's like I saw an interview with Mike Tyson recently and they kept hassling him about his past and why is he doing shitty TV ads now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't give a fucking shit. I just want to be remembered. They're like, all right, for your boxing and stuff. He goes, no, I just want to be fucking remembered.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like handling the haters with class.
Yep.
And he's like, I don't think about my boxing career. That was another lifetime ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm trying to be famous in movies now.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's kind of like, that's his focus now. And not to detract from all that he's done, but it's like, hey, that's not all I've done.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you for like, so I'm kind of like, when you're younger, I think it's easier to be precious about stuff.
Yeah.
But as I mature, I'm kind of like letting
Stop
go
giving a
of
shit.
things.
Yeah.
A little bit like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
This person's getting a billion more followers than me. Do I want to be them? I'll have a good look through the comments.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I want that?
Yeah.
I mentioned Mighty Car Mods before. It's kind of like, man, they're doing amazing, and they're on airplanes and
100%.
stuff. But like, I mean, do I want that? Like when I go through their comments, I'm like, do I want that?
But I think it's a very different sort of, and I think it's a very different sort of content creation. And I think if you're making something that's a show, you're presenting it, you want that to sort of grow and you want people to see it and enjoy it. And I think I 100% get that. Like, it's sort of like you're not going to go the effort to make a movie for 50 people. If you really believe in it and think it's a great movie, you want everyone to see it and to love it.
I would call it selling out, but it's like selling out's not necessarily a bad word. It's what I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a time to sell out.
Yeah.
And there's also a time to realize what really matters.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning I was trying to sell out, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Always trying to figure out how am I going to get more traffic on other people's coattails.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Even as a graphic designer, I'm like, if I couldn't do CG and 3D, I would work with someone that was a master in it.
Yep.
And next thing you know, their work's in my portfolio.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I didn't have to learn it. I just collaborated with someone.
Which is the best thing to do. And that's how you learn, is from other people. Like,
you're
not going to learn if you're just on your own and you're just doing whatever. Like, I sat with a mate yesterday And the photos that I edited from the weekend, which I only took 4 or 5 photos because I've been so out of it. He went, yeah, look, try and do this.
Yeah.
And I went, oh shit, like it actually makes such a difference. It's something that I hadn't even thought to do ever.
Yeah. There are a lot of secrets out there in trade secrets, you know, like, and it's amazing how much people will share actually.
Yeah.
I think a lot of creative people, especially in the past, were more guarded about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I've always figured myself that if you give away your secrets, then you're forced to create new ones.
Yeah, you've got to evolve. And I think, I don't know, I've always sort of been that if anyone's happy to listen, and it's like I'm 100% happy to share anything with anyone to help that person out. Like if they can learn from it and it'll do something good for them, why not?
It's very worldly attitude to have at 20. I mean, you've got to be greedy as well at 20. Like you still got to. I mean, do you make a lot of mistakes? Because you kind of got to you're gonna have to, right?
Oh yeah.
Like even Elon Musk and stuff will say, it's more aimed at women, but he'll say stuff like, you know, when you haven't got kids and stuff, then you've got less responsibilities, so you can take more risks.
Yep.
So you don't, because you're not taking risks for them as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you said the same thing financially. If you don't go and commit yourself to things, you've got more. You know, you can throw everything at it. If you've got a business idea, you can throw every cent you have into it. Yeah. But if you've got to cover yourself and make sure you're secure, so you don't, you know, go bankrupt or have to sell a house or whatever, it's you sort of got to like. You've got some responsibility there. Where
do you think you're going to end up? Like, cause
not a clue.
Well, 20 to my age, just say I'm 42, just say I'm 40.
Yeah.
So 20 to 40, right? Double your age. Like, I was speaking to my current flatmate at the moment, and she got me to whip out some old press and media that I've been in.
Yep.
And it's interesting to see the dates, because at 21, I was already on the cover of the Sydney Morning Herald for one of the guys that brought down the .com boom and made a shitload of money, and then was the reason why it all crashed. You know? But it's kind of like
it's a good thing to be on there for.
But that's 21. You know? And it's like I mean, I don't mean to be patronizing in any way.
You're right.
But holy shit, there's not many people at 21 that are like killing it.
No, and
slaughtering it.
And I don't think you're supposed to, because I think it's sort of. I think if you are, it goes to your head. Like it's the classic example at the moment, but Logan Paul.
Like, but he's killing it now, so that when he's my age, imagine with all of that,
but I think he'll drop off.
Mistakes. Like, he might, and right? I think because I don't think he's got any.
Because your ego gets ability. There. If your ego's there and you trap yourself.
But when you're young, you can have the ego.
Yeah.
When you're old, you can't.
I don't know. Like
when you're old, you turn that ego into genuine confidence because you actually get good.
And look, I'll say I'm not the most confident person at all. Like at all. Like I'll be the first person to make a self-patronizing joke or anything.
It's almost very. It's almost like one of my concerns with you.
Yeah.
It's not even a major concern or nothing because I don't know you. But it's like, as a 20-year-old who sounds mature is always ringing bells for me. Because, you know, if I meet a girl who's 20 that tries to be more mature than she is, I know, you're still 20.
Yeah. Oh, look, right? I still have my moments.
So there's that. But then there's also like, you're very humble. But it's like, humble's awesome when you're older. Yeah. But when you're young, it's kind of like that attitude is sometimes the fire in your belly that you need in order to do something so brash and take a risk so bad that everyone's laughing at you or you succeed, one or the other. But it's like, as you get older, you get more humble because you're too scared to make those big mistakes.
Which I think is more than likely it's probably the stage I'm at, where it's just like just don't fuck up. But
it's interesting. That's why we're talking about it, because it's an open discussion. Yeah, and kind of like, I see that you're completely opposite to the other 20-year-olds that I know. Yeah. In that they are doing the attitude route. But whereas when I was 20 and had attitude enough to get on the newspapers and stuff, I was working my ass off. There's a very big difference. Yep. It's like, I was so obsessed that... You know, every working hour was pretty much spent on something that was productive. Yeah. You know, and I like to think that you guys have more distractions now and might be harder for you, but I don't think so. I think if you really fucking gun after it,
if you know what you want,
still ruffle feathers.
You've got to sort of get a set of... If you know what you want, you got to have that just tunnel vision for it. But I think, like, I've learned a fair bit in the last, 3 months? The thing, like I said, I had a bit of a shift from being full-time work, being able to just get used to just oh, there's money coming in next week. I can just spend it on, whatever. But to then go from that to uni, where it's like I had to go through a bridging course and realize probably it's a 3-month course. I'm doing it again now. So I realized 2 months in that, oh shit, hey, I might have ADHD. And which would explain 11 and 12, but it would explain a lot.
It's almost like, oh shit, our recording stopped.
Lovely. How far back?
No, it just stopped then.
Oh, good timing.
No, but I'll keep it going. But I reckon it's because I'm trying to record high quality, and I reckon it's because it's like the scratch disk is full.
Possibly.
Wait up, let me save this. We'll keep it going. It just means I have to do an edit.
Here's the cat I've been meaning to see.
Yeah. That's me.
So chill. Love it. What breed of cat?
Russian blue.
I love it.
Alright, I'll start recording with this. What a motherfucker.
That'd be good fun.
How long did we go for? It wasn't even long. It was only 35 minutes and it stopped. At least I know now.
Yeah.
That's not good.
At least you realised.
Yeah, I'm glad because the screen was really low, but it just said recording stopped. It just popped up. And I don't know why. I'm trying different things. I'm like recording at much higher quality.
Yeah.
It's probably not a smart idea. Yeah. You're better off with a camera that has an SD card in it rather than recording to a hard drive.
Yeah. It's still flash drive, isn't it? Flash storage.
Yeah, it should be fast, but and I should have space, but it's QuickTime and it's not a proper recording program, so... All right, I'm recording again. It's all good.
Sweet.
Yeah, so back on track, it's kind of like... It's almost like... My opinion is that it's interesting how far I got at certain ages. Yeah. And when I compare... I know you're not meant to compare, but when I compare it to other people today, and it's like... It's almost like I don't find many people that have that obsessive compulsive nature where they are non-stop.
Yeah.
Like they say they're photographers, they say they're car guys, but you know what? They're not showing me that they're every minute of the day where I was. Like, I don't know. I was so aggressive and I was the Logan Paul of the day.
But just with less public.
But with more of a... maybe more of a reason to be screaming out loud, like...
Exactly.
I just find it fascinating.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating that you've got all this stuff at your fingertips, but this generation, but it's kind of like there's almost too much.
Yeah, I think it's that oversaturation of just noise, where it's like... And I think you look at it and go, like, with newspapers and stuff like that, like, not to take away from... anything, but like...
Well, they're shit now.
But
like the news isn't even the news now, right?
But exactly, but it's like when you can log onto Facebook and everyone's screaming, I think they've got to go from having to look for a story to now being like, okay, how can we filter out all the crap and actually just get a story? And I think that's the thing, is there can be some absolute gold out there, but there's just so much noise and just crap covering it. You don't see it until it takes like, the right person to find it and share it or make the noise for the person that isn't maybe making as much noise. So I think that's the hard bit with now, is it's that whole thing of everyone's got a voice, where...
or they think they do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like I've mentioned it before with like MasterChef and stuff. I feel like it's such a pivotal moment when you've got a national television show that has all the budget in the world. Yep. It's obvious. They've got good production values and all that kind of shit, and they've got all the airtime in the world. And they're literally saying to everyone... quit what you're doing.
You can do it too.
Quit what you're doing, chase your food dream. Yeah. Which was like pretty dangerous advice.
Oh, 100% it is.
Because it was advice. It wasn't a suggestion. It was fucking advice. They were telling people.
Quit your 80K job.
Drop what you're doing.
Go open a restaurant.
Stop being a housewife.
Yeah.
Get in the kitchen and make the same shit all day long.
The thing is, how many marriages did that break up?
Well, this is... it's fascinating.
That's the question.
It's fascinating when you have a whole lot of people who believe they can.
Yeah. But not
based off watching a few videos,
and that's
YouTube
the thing
videos.
Not everyone can. And whilst it's not the nicest of things to say, and it's like it's totally out of character.
It's very realistic.
Yeah, but it's not everyone's able to go and just
be on idle.
Yeah, like it's not always a possibility. Sometimes
Not everyone
that is
has
just
the
not your
X
thing.
factor.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't sing. I'm not going to go sit there with a guitar and like try and strum out Wonderwall. Like,
But it's interesting. Like you said before, that some of your decision making has been based off just wanting to have a job there where you've got money enough to do what you want to do in life and just be chill and stuff like that. But it's like, that's not trying to change the world. So you're obviously not trying to change the world.
Not in
You don't have that kind of drive.
Not in like I want to. I like creating stuff.
Like, it'd be interesting to think, where would you be when you're my age?
Yeah, it could go many different ways. But it's
Name me a few.
I don't know. Like, it could be that I'm, homeless, and it could be anything. Like,
I don't think so. No,
I hope not.
That's one thing that I've had. When you grow up with a good family upbringing and stuff, you know that even at your fucking worst, there's gonna be someone in the family that'll be like feeding you.
Yeah, because you probably crash on the couch.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So it's nice. It's a privilege to be able for me to. I've always known in the back of my mind that I can take the biggest financial risks, and I know that I won't be a bum in the gutter.
That's why I was buying cars, and I spent
being lucky like that.
I spent far too much money in the first year of having my car, the old one. Yeah. But it was like, I kind of went, it doesn't matter. I can spend all my money that I got this pay on, replacing the clutch again, because whatever, it's fine. I can figure it out. Yeah. It's that sort of thing. Like, you'll take the risk because it's the I'll figure it out sort of mentality. Like, I've still got a parachute. I've still got a reserve chute. Yeah. Which is, I can still call back to mum and be like, can I please have food? Like, something like that. Like, you've still got that back up there. But at the same time, I don't know if that means that you kind of don't take risks as seriously, or if it's that you just go all in more often. And even though it's just not always the best idea, you just don't think about it as critically. Possibly. Well,
it's really difficult to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Because then you're asking people to pay attention to you as an individual. Yeah. So, there are quite a few things that young people that I know that have started that have really taken off because it's not about them.
Yeah.
I've always found that personally, I've always found that the greater cause is always easier to fight for.
Yeah.
Because you end up gathering the troops.
Yeah. The cause is better than the individual if you're trying to get some...
Right. So it's like, I think a lot of people struggle with finding an original idea that would genuinely contribute to a greater scheme. Yeah. I think that's probably one of the hardest things. It's easy to copy and do, but then next thing you know, it's called saturation, right?
Yeah, and the thing when you've got everyone doing it.
Especially when it becomes competitive.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about Zen and like being an older person in the scene, which I've become. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was the young kid on the block.
But I think, and that's the thing, I walk around Mates now, and it's like, it's amazing. And I thought about it because I came into it sort of, end of 2015. And you got used to the cars you would see, and you go, yeah, sweet, no worries. Now I go around and go, I don't see any of them. It's all these like new cars, all these new kids. It's constantly
a changing scene,
right?
Yeah,
because they all get old. Like, they get older, then go, nah, well, we're going to have kids, or we're going to buy a house, we're selling the car, or they're all just checking out of the scene, mostly as well, I think partly because it's toxic. And then all these kids come to the scene and go, sweet, yeah, we like cars. Like, I'm going to just rock up to a meet, and...
there's pivotal moments, like I remember at one of the end of month meets, the guys from Maguire's Motorex, they dropped in for a meet and just casually thought they'd check it out. And Bruce, his jaw was on the floor.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, Justin, what is this?
Yeah.
There's so many cars here.
When you think about the scale of stuff they do, but it's a different sort of...
Well, it's a once-a-year thing. Yeah. They've got money to advertise it. We're grassroots as fuck.
Yeah, which is that... But that's in grassroots is...
They invited us to take over their strip outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just interesting when you shake the foundations, right? And my whole career has been... Not Logan Paul, but I definitely was that guy that really took the war using my medium, being the internet. Sorry, guys, but I'm all over this shit. Yeah, you guys are the ones who are catching up now. Yeah. And, the Australian Graphic Design Association are a bunch of old fucking dinosaurs that wore black ties, black shirt, black jackets, black pants, and black socks and black shoes, and they thought they were cool. Yeah. I'm like, it's because if you tried to put color on, you'd reveal how shit you are.
Yeah, I think it's it's that new sort of, and this is what I would say, you've got to be on top of it. And if you're not, you fall behind so quick.
We just have to have a war.
Yeah.
Like when you're young, you've got the fight, right? But even if you're fighting for the wrong reasons, all I knew was that
you were winning.
well, no, I was losing. All I knew was these guys were telling me at uni that, you had to go overseas to make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you. We've got the oldest living culture in the world. We've got, the most venomous fucking animals in the world. We've got the most extreme of everything in the world. Why not put that in our advertising and design and shit? And we'll actually fucking inspire people because they don't have that shit.
Yeah.
Instead of like copying the latest fucking European styles,
which
we all do today. All these kids that I know that are Aussie are making American videos. I'm like, what the fuck is it with this American hip hop? Yeah. Why are you shooting at American panning styles with all this?
Yeah.
Bro.
But I think with the way it's all grown, it's also the world's gotten smaller, and that's the thing where it's less isolated.
It's not right because the world's smaller for the right reasons, but it's small so that they can see what you've got in your backyard because that's what they'd rather see. Yeah. As if you're an American watching an Aussie video saying this looks like a video that my mate shot. It's actually stupid.
What's the thing? I was at a convention in Sydney, maybe a month ago. Again, the content creators that are the podcast I listen to, they had a convention here, and they're normally based out of Texas. And there was someone asked a question on a panel, which is basically like, "Oh, well, are you going to be collaborating with any, Australian YouTubers or content creators while you're here?" And then the answer was literally name one, because there aren't. I mean, short of maybe a couple here and there that aren't as huge.
But that's not the point.
No, I think
that's not the point.
Why would they come here?
But but it's also not the point. Yeah. It's like the world is smaller. Like even my friends and I who've been running conferences and semi-permanent conference, even you can bring the biggest speakers out because the biggest speaker will speak at your event if you just pay for their flights and accommodation. Yeah. It's not that big a deal, but who's willing to take the risk to do that? Who values speakers enough to do it? And this is the thing. It's like it's very insular what's happening now. There's a whole lot of copycat going along. She's always photobombing shit. What's up, Mia? And she's going to jump on the table even though she knows she's not allowed to. But she's do it just to piss me off.
You can see the eyes.
Yeah, she's thinking about it. But she likes guys, actually. She hates the girls that I shoot.
Really? She is. She's friendly.
Yeah, she is. Mia. What you doing? Yeah, she just wants attention.
Always.
Her tail's in the shot, like hanging above your head. It's Lovely. A good look.
Perfect. I can be the cat whisperer.
But yeah, it's an interesting position that you're in at your age. Like, I would hate to be 20 right now. But at the same time, I think if I was 20, my God, I would slaughter all of you guys. Yeah. Because I'm just like, man, I'm a go-getter.
It's a different drive.
Like, I just had to have a blog that was titled, like, Justin Fox, the website of designer extraordinary, rock god artist and shit. I was like the Logan Paul of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely had to stir it up to stand out. Yeah. And I still think I do the same today. Like I still put my foot in it. The Casey Neistat reference that I made on Facebook was said on purpose to ruffle feathers. It's hilarious that a lot of people said, dude, you could have chosen someone worse than that. Attention. I'm like, 100%. I could have put Kim Kardashian there.
But if you scroll through, like, especially with the way Casey's, like the picture of Casey that was shared through the post, because when you put the link, it grabs attention straight away anyway.
And I didn't mean to choose that, but it actually literally was the photo that he chose.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the fact that I went through and it's like, I watch his stuff. But it was like to go through and it's like, oh, who's talking about Casey? And I went, oh no, like, what is going on?
Right. And because I know he's obviously got a lot of followers for the right reasons too. Like, I did watch a few of his videos where I tried my best to see past his acting. Yeah. And I saw that there was substance in it. He did tech reviews. Yeah. Where he literally just showed what the camera was shooting. Yep. And then he sort of said, look, this camera's $1,000. Yep. For $600, you could just use this shitty SLR. It's way better.
He knows his shit.
And I'm like, okay, that was cool. Yep. But then literally the next video that loaded was literally his most famous video, and he drops a drone somewhere and he rescues the drone. Yep. I'm like, that whole thing was a bad movie to me. Okay, there's so much acting in it, and people are like, Justin, and these are video guys who I think have got an eye,
Yep.
who are fans of his,
Yep.
and they're like, Justin, you should watch this video because it doesn't look like he's acting. He does it
Yeah.
so naturally that I'm like, the first thing I see is acting because he walks into the room from
Yep.
the side and he walks straight past the camera, and I'm like, why was that in there?
Yeah. But
Like,
that's
why
the
did
style.
I waste my time?
Watching
I
it.
would have rather have heard Jordan Peterson say one sentence
Yeah.
than watching him walk across the
But at the same
screen.
time, my favorite is thinking about that. Like when you think about the fact that he went into the room, set up the camera,
I can't stand thinking about it.
set it up, put it to record,
I
walked
know.
out of the room, walked back into the room.
But that's
did
what
everything,
pisses me off
then
the
had
most.
to edit it.
I know.
Like,
But this is my thing. So the guy who primarily got me inspired to vlog was Daniel Karjadi.
Yep.
Or Karjadi, who is awesome at cinematography, but I don't like his vlogging style.
Yep.
And that's what stopped me from vlogging for so long.
Yeah.
Was I pictured him sitting there in his garage, setting up his camera on a tripod, pretending it to be the morning.
Been there.
Oh, I'm going to go for a morning drive
Yep.
in my MX-5 or whatever.
Yep.
And I saw myself doing that. And I just went,
Nah.
no
Nah.
fucking way am I going to set a video camera up outside with me walking into the scene going,
Yep.
oh, stretch, and then like talk to the camera and go, yeah, it's beautiful weather today. You know, and then
Yep.
cut back out to turning on the ignition or doing a video where
It's
the
like-
alarm beeps and I'm getting out of bed.
Yep.
It's all
look,
black and
I've
I'm
thought
brushing
about
my
it.
teeth.
I've thought about
But-
it, but it's a different style. It's
He's the godfather of it, apparently. So it's not like
Casey
I
is
picked
100%.
completely wrong.
Oh, look, he made it a thing.
He
back
made that
early,
a style.
Early.
He made vlogging.
Yeah.
And vlogging to me is not blogging, okay?
No.
Because blogging to me, I've been blogging since before Blogger.
Yep.
And I legit just say it how it is.
Yeah, you
I write
but
how
it's,
I
but
speak.
you're right, exactly.
Right?
It's
But
not
I
like
don't do. Why should I do that with a new medium?
Yeah, and I think that what I like, and personally, I like video because it feels more personal. Like you see the person telling the story, and it's I almost like it because it's less work. I mean, I like writing, but I don't like writing in the same sense. I like video,
Right.
but the hard bit with vlogging is it's like, and I think I'm not an expert by any means. I've done a couple, but I've been quiet. I don't like that fake bullshitty. Like
Well,
I like making videos,
Well,
and I
anyone
like
who spends 5 hours on a 9-minute video, there's something
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just too much work.
And that's where it's like
You're polishing
shoot
a
it like it
turd.
is. You shoot it like it is, and that's why it's like mine will be like when I edit, I drag it in, and then I just cut maybe the ends, make it neater, and then that's it. Because it's just like
I get all the razzle dazzle, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I don't like it. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
It's all I'm saying, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not having a go at anyone. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that I don't value that.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know, it might ruffle up feathers, but ultimately, I'm not disrespecting Casey
Yeah.
at all if that's what he's into.
exactly.
You know, it's just like another dance style to me.
Yeah.
That I don't particularly think is awesome. That's
Exactly.
all. But
It's like people that like R&B listening to country.
Right,
It's just not right.
right. And I can appreciate country.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't
can appreciate it,
personally. I don't
not my
fucking
thing.
lose my tits to it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So, but it's interesting. It's like this whole like faking it to make it, or like copying someone straight away because they're successful.
Yep.
It scares me. Do you know what I mean? Because it reminds me of what children do.
Yeah.
You see someone doing something on television, and then you put
Dance along to high
shoe
five.
boxes over your
Yeah.
feet and you're Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? It
Exactly,
just
yeah.
reminds me of that.
Exactly.
It's very thoughtless and
It's
very paying so much credit to someone and putting yourself down in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, man, don't go through life being a fanboy, because you kind of like that person also is just another human being and they hate it. They hate
Yeah.
having fanboys too, probably.
Yep.
Most likely.
And it's such a hard thing because it's almost that by doing it, these people get put on a pedestal, which by all means, some of them you can go, they can make some amazing stuff, but
Sure.
they're still a human being.
They make
like-
mistakes, just fuck up just
Oh,
like everybody
100%.
else.
Like
you can
you-
dig up the dirt on them if
Like
you really
you look at
wanted
Logan
to.
Paul and it's like, okay, that was an absolutely idiotic decision.
But he had to have got something right to get that many followers,
Oh, look,
right?
but he's been doing stuff, and he was doing daily videos, and I guess in the sense of motivational sort of stuff, like he's got this certain level of energy.
Right.
Right?
And-
I'm not a
and-
fan
and
of how he
people
does
like
it.
that.
Exactly.
People find it addictive.
It pumps people up,
Right, right.
But the fact, I think it's then you
So
go
he had
through.
to be doing something
But
right.
then how do you then go, and this is what the whole criticism has been, how do you go then to going to Japan, going to this forest, filming a dead body?
Well, because he did it for the hits.
Yeah, but at
But-
the same time, but the whole thing is I didn't do it to get views, I get views, and it's like,
Yeah.
but it's controversy, but at the same time it's too far. But the thing is,
Yeah.
where do you draw that line? Where do you... I mean,
Well-
look, showing a dead body, by all means, is not a good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, but that's the thing. That's where you have to have. I suppose for the rest of the world, the lesson is just because someone's got a massive following doesn't mean they've figured out
Oh, yeah.
anything. You know what I mean? They
But
could
it's the
still be
back patterns.
faking it.
But it's the back pattern still. It's like, it's everyone going, yeah, no worries, you're doing great, blah, blah, but no one going, hey, by the way, is it a good idea that we should actually be filming this? Like,
But
and
what
putting it
what I
up?
like about the internet, like I hate so much more than I like.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do like about it is that it is becoming transparent.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're Logan Paul, you have that many people following you and that many sponsors.
Yep.
And eventually the truth comes out.
Yep.
That you're actually dumb.
Yep.
That you're actually fucking inconsiderate
But it's
and
a-
stupid and dumb.
I think he's impulsive, but I don't think he's stupid.
Okay, but
But at the same
there's some stupidity there.
100%.
Call it immaturity then,
Yeah,
okay? Because
yeah.
I think that's probably easier for people to swallow.
Yep.
But it's like, I don't think he's in a bad place. This is what I'm getting
Oh,
at.
yeah.
It's like, I know when I was young, I made some fucking huge mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this whole feminist debate shit that's happening now.
Yep.
Can you imagine me saying that in 2001, 2002, getting on a microphone in front of 3,000 people and saying, you know what? The reason why there aren't as many women speakers on this panel is because there's more important things to do in life, like have children and stuff. And all the women were like, boo,
Yeah.
what are you saying? We should be in the fucking kitchen. I'm like, it's not what I fucking said.
Yeah.
But it's like, the time wasn't ready
Yep.
to understand that maybe guys are so mentally fucked up because we can't have kids. We can do a 100-hour working week.
Yeah.
And that's why we do it.
Yep.
Are you women really wishing for that? But no, the time was not ready for a discussion.
No.
And I got fucking booed off the stage.
Yeah.
But that was a time pre-YouTube, pre-internet.
And it didn't get...
I'm fucking lucky. I'm
Yeah.
fucking lucky. But I'm talking about it now.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, bring it on.
But then you get that pack mentality as well, where it's like I think, who was it? It was like Fine Brothers or something. I don't know if you've seen their stuff. YouTube channel, they were doing like Kids React and that sort of stuff, where they'd show them like...
I get you, yeah.
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 They put up something, this was a while ago, probably about a year ago, put up something going, oh, hey, we're going to do this thing where you can create content and we're going to put it up. And it's like, everyone's going, hang on a minute, this is you just getting other people to make content for you and you raking in the money.
Yeah, but it's a loophole.
But yeah, 100%. But then people were like, hey, no, this is bullshit. And then it was like their subscribers went from this ridiculously high amount to everyone was like, nah, unsubscribe.
And they figured it out, yeah.
But it was this pack mentality, everyone going, nah, fuck the Fine Brothers, blah, 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 blah. And it just dropped. And same thing with Logan Paul when he fucked up. It was the subscribers went all the way down.
Look, I think the people that end up figuring me out know that I'm just running on the same mottos that I've had since day one, which is, have something to say, ask questions, get involved. It's okay if you don't get it.
Yep.
They're all the same. They're
Yep.
all basically the same me.
Yep.
And I'm saying it out loud that that's who I am.
Yep.
In other words, I'm a shit stirrer, a troll, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But it's for non-malicious
Yeah.
intentions.
It's almost
My
for
intention
entertainment.
is to get conversation
Yeah.
going so that I can get my points across. So it's a trigger, right?
Yep.
And it's like, the sad thing about that is only the people who really know me know that.
Yeah.
So when they read this kind of stuff, they're like,
Oh, shit,
oh, they
here we
can
go.
easily
Yeah.
discount.
They don't see that.
Because they know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. They don't see it as malicious.
Right.
They
but
know what's
then,
going
like,
on.
the people who are, it's interesting, the people who love someone that I pay out or love a car style or
Yeah.
love, airbag suspension or I don't know, people
Yep.
who, whatever, who love going straight over turning corners
Yep.
or love DSGs over a real manual,
Mm-hmm.
they'll always be upset with me because I understand, because I inspired them for one thing
Yeah.
in their lives, and that person that they thought totally got them, all of a sudden starts coming down on them.
Yep.
But like I said in my last podcast, like I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson for all of his a lot of his ways of looking at censorship and all this kind of stuff, and men and women and stuff. But then he also, like the Digger I Deep, the Deeper I Dig. You find out that he's got videos on anti-Playboy, anti-Hugh Hefner. He blames Hugh Hefner for the fucking reason why we're in this shithole to begin with.
Yeah.
It's not women that got us there. It's this one motherfucker who released a magazine that inspired the entire fucking world that casual sex is okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you're talking about sort of the stuff that I like, and
Yeah.
I love everything that you do.
Yep.
But now that I've finally found this shit, I'm like, oh fuck, it make me feel so bad because I love this guy.
Especially when you identify with what someone does.
Correct,
you
right?
kind of go, yep, sweet, I like it, I'm all in, I'm a big fan. Then it's
But
like,
because I'm mature enough now, I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, well, you take everything with a grain of salt,
Yeah.
right? Like I love Buddhist culture, Buddhism as a religion.
Yep.
But I'm not Buddhist.
yeah.
And I love parts of Catholicism
Yep.
and Christianity, and I will take the good bits from
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. I went to a Catholic school for what, 6 years.
Same, right?
And
So I'm Catholic as well.
I love all the, and I still like the school I went to. It's an all boys school, right? We always sang at mass, always, and it was just the most absolutely amazing thing.
We'll even look at Hillsong. It's
Yeah.
an extension
Yeah.
of that hanging out
Yep.
with people that were actually like-minded.
Yep.
So it was almost like, you go to church to pick up chicks, but it wasn't a bad thing.
No, it was a
It wasn't a
social
bad
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
Well, it was better than you hanging out at George Street trying to look like a hip-hop
Exactly.
gangster and
it's-
rolling people for their Nikes or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like...
but the thing, and I love I love the morals, and I love the all the good bits about it, and I love all the, looking at people in the right way and the truth and just doing the right thing by people.
And you
all
still
that.
shake hands with each other and shit
Yeah,
at
but
church.
I still probably, I won't say that I'm someone that actually believes in God. Like I love.
Well,
and I
yeah,
would
you're
still go to
you're
mass.
not blindly...
Yeah, like
believer.
and I wouldn't say I would identify. I actually probably don't know it, but I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm a Catholic, like, or I'm Protestant or whatever. I just go,
I still fucking cringe every time a UFC fighter hops on the microphone. The first thing they say is, I just want to say thanks to the Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm just like, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
it's
Because
like-
I'm kind of like,
but is
thank
it
yourself, please.
But is it that we
Punch-
don't
I mean,
like that people force that sort of stuff on us? Like
It's
I
a
s-
little bit like that,
yeah.
but it's just, I don't know why it's so cringy for me, but it's just like, man, it's so predictable.
It's none of this like, oh, well, I'd like to really thank my trainer or whatever. It's like, no, thank you, God. It's like, but
Thank yourself.
God wasn't in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning every
Well,
morning like you were.
I heard one fighter say, so long as I bring 90%, God will give me that extra 10%. I'm like, no, you should be doing 110%.
Yeah, exactly. He should be bringing the extra 10. You should be at 130.
There's no fucking guarantees with religion. Yeah,
No.
You know when someone dies that's religious, you're like, oh, shit happens. I mean, however you want to say it,
Yeah.
God works in...
Mysterious ways, that's the words, yeah.
That's the one.
Yep.
And it's kind of like,
No.
man, ever since I really studied religion, I was like, I can't wait to create my own.
No. Legit, best thing I ever did.
Why not?
Best
You know
thing
what I
I did.
mean?
I did for years 11 and 12 studies of religion. So you look at just all sorts of different religions.
Right.
Best thing I ever did.
Yeah, because it forces you to have
And
an
it's
open
amazing,
mind.
especially with all the political stuff around it now. It's like, oh, Islam is, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not there's all this sort of stuff, and it's just you learn a little bit about it and you go, it's all bullshit. Like it's all this opinion around it all. It's all bullshit. When it's like this is what it actually is, and this is why it's good.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing because you learn more about people and understand why they do things the way they do, because it's such a big factor.
Oh man, religion's a funny one, For me, it's always like, it's just another set of rules.
Yeah.
It's rules on top of rules.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I remember just being young and just having to deal with two sets of rules.
Yeah.
There's government and there's religion.
I
And then
just-
there's family rules, which is like cultural rules.
Yep.
So you're basically bombarded by three.
You got to fulfill everything. Well, see, I just have apart from actual legal rules, it's very simple. It's just don't be a dick. That's just it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so easy so easy to say, but
that's what they all
dude,
spell out.
But I have to be a dick.
yeah.
It's just like it's funny because if I'm not a dick, I'm basically pretty calm.
Yeah.
And I don't end up saying anything because
I
it's
think
just easier to keep to yourself.
It's about the grand scheme. It's not necessarily the little things. Like I'll have bits where it's like I'm a total tool, but at the same time, it's like in the grand scheme of things, we're actually trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And it's
That's the only reason why I
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, there's no doubt that anyone must know that I can take the easy route at any time.
Yeah.
It's like people know that we don't sell Domokuns anymore, but and that's one of the things that made us a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, why are we selling somebody else's brand?
Yeah, why are we not selling our own stuff?
Right. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like it takes time. You know what I mean? Like you have you have different levels of selling out. You have different levels of refining and getting better.
Yep.
So I've always noticed since I was younger that I'm definitely a great contradictor. Like I definitely love contradicting myself.
Oh yeah.
I've grown to love it because when I do, I actually pat myself on the back and
that's how
say,
you grow.
well, it's growth.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it's like you can be a stubborn fuck and keep being loyal to something that's long overdue, but
that's the person you say that's like the old man down the street that won't let you near his lawn, and it's just like they're the people that haven't had any growth. They're not the ones that are going, oh, hang on a minute, there's no water and our lawn's going to die anyway. No, stay off my lawn. Like, they're the ones that don't grow and they don't change for years.
The grass.
Yeah.
I get that, get off the grass a lot.
We get the people that are like yelling at you because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're starting your car, and it's like, I'm sorry, but like people don't grow because they're so stuck in their ways.
Yeah, but then you grow too much, and then you say too much. And I had a mate come over the other day and say that one of his, his sister's brother-in-law or something was, I don't know, part of the law team a recruit team that cracks down on illegal drugs in Sydney.
Right.
And he's like, you tagged me in a photo and she liked your photo, and that means he can see it, and that means he can see that photo that you posted up the other night.
Yeah.
And he's like,
might wanna.
I'm actually concerned for you. I'm like, man, that's when you have good mates that can reel you back in sometimes. Sort of say, because if I don't have that, then my God, I'm a fucking loose cannon. You know what I mean? Like, I'll fucking go there.
Yeah, it's whatever you need someone to tie you down.
Well, I'm not going to listen to someone like you or anybody else telling me, but if it's someone that knows me, it's kind of like I'll fight with them that very minute because I'm a stubborn fuck.
Yep.
I'm like, but that's me. I got to do what I do, But then, I'll go to bed that night and go,
shit.
Do I want someone knocking on my door? Probably not.
Yeah.
That's
the thing.
Like, I remember one night even, like, I said goodbye to one of my friends, or I think it was a model that I was shooting. And then the doorbell rang again. Mm-hmm. And I ran back downstairs thinking it was her. Mm-hmm. Opened the door all happy. I was wasted and shit. It was like 3 cops.
Oh, God.
And I was just like, because I was so caught out in like being all cheery and high and stuff that I'm like, oh my God. And they knew something was up.
Yeah. Oh, 100%
and
they do.
it's like, what the fuck? And they were just asking about like my car alarm ringing or something. But I was just so nervous.
There's nothing I love more than people that are just chill. That just like, don't say anything.
Like it's like be political with the cops by doing that?
When you get the one cop that'll pull you over and your car's like definitely too low and they don't say anything, or like you don't have it. Like I got very lucky. I got pulled over on the way down to uni, and I was going a tad too quick, which I'll admit, doing the wrong thing, running late. Oh well. Pulled me over, and I was like, I saw them jump in the car because they got me on the radar. Yeah, and I went, yep, okay. Done. I'm just gonna slow down, chuck it down a gear, move in, right? Yeah. They pulled me over, and that's what I've always said is, I think the people that sort of get shot, and not shot, but the ones that get people like cops coming down on them hard are the ones that speak up, and
of course. And
I'm like, just be nice, be polite, because at the end of the day, they're human.
Yeah. The
cops pulled me over. They went, yeah, you're too quick. I'm like, yep. Well, he's like, any reason? I'm like, not any good reason. Like, whatever, just polite. Let me accept my car's standard in terms of like, I don't have a pod filter. Well, I didn't have a pod filter. All those sorts of things. But it was like 5-6 centimeters off the ground. Yep. And he goes, yeah, your car's a bit too low and your horn doesn't work. I've got a Nardi, so I've got no airbags. I think it's a red label actually. Yeah. So I'm like, shouldn't get got me a defect for that, and that's it. And it's like, thank God, because no cat, no airbag, no. And it's like, they 100% knew. 100% knew. The whole thing smelled like fuel. But it is your attitude. Like it. 100%. I mean, for me personally, I talk so much that they're like sick of hearing me talk. Yep, same thing. And they're just like, just go. Mate. Yep. You know? I think that's why I've only been defected, twice, 3 times. I've never been. And you know how many cars... Ever? Every single car's been illegal. Ever. Isn't there a cage in... Yeah, but I've talked my way out of it every time. Like one of the hardest times was I was working at ZEN and I was leaving in an Evo 9 and I got done by just ordinary police on the street. And she came out and she grabbed a pen and she tried to shove the pen between the rear tyre and the arch, but the tyre was under the arch. Yeah. And she's like, that's meant to be 10 centimetres. I'm like... No, you're technically wrong there. It's actually 10 centimeters from the lowest point of the car. And so she shut up, but then the other guy started hammering me and he's like, so where do you work? I'm like, I literally just came out of ZEN Garage, which is, I run. And he's like, right, so if I give you a defect, you're going to clear it anyway because you work for a garage. I'm like, well, this could work for me. I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I was driving at 40 k's an hour and you pulled me over. Yeah. For appearance alone, they said, well, you're driving an Evo and we tend to pick on Evos. I'm like, great, I've got that now on record. Like, let's go. Yep. So he calls Fed
highway
Yep.
highway police. So I'm sitting there at peak hour traffic leaving work, and everyone queuing up to get on the Glebe Island Bridge is
Yep.
laughing at me.
Yep.
You know,
That was me on the side of the...
standard, right?
Yep.
Then the feds come and like they're checking underneath my car and everything. So I jump out straight away because they're like, stay in your vehicle.
Yeah.
You need to talk. I need
Yeah.
to talk, right? So I hop out. I'm like, how's it going, guys? This is my track car. It's my daily, but like I drive it to the track, you know,
Yep.
that's the mods on it and stuff like that. And I start talking about V8 supercars and what have you.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, it's only low for that reason alone, to
Yeah.
reduce body roll and stuff. And he's like, so you're saying it's 10 centimeters from the ground at any lowest point? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So he didn't have one of those fucking
Yep.
ruly things. He had a breathalyzer.
Yep.
Just the plastic pipe.
Yeah, I think
And he
they're 10
goes,
centimeters.
that's about 10 centimeters, isn't it? I'm like,
No, they're not.
I'm like, that's
like
about 10 centimeters.
6 or
And he
7,
goes,
yeah.
so you're saying like any point of your car? I'm like, and we're standing at the front because we're looking at the engine bay. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, go for it. And he puts it under the lip, and it doesn't. It's on an angle, you know.
Yeah, it counts.
And he goes, oh, that's close enough, mate. I'm like, 10 centimeters. It wasn't, but I'm like, 10 centimeters. But it's like, after that, I sold the Evo because you know what? It's just not worth it.
Especially
like,
when you know.
I'm sick of talking my way out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Even in the GTR, they start going through every single glowing thing at night.
Yeah.
And like, what does that do?
Well,
I'm
see,
like,
you got all the gauges in the center.
that's a torque converter. So that converts torque from the rear to the front for those rainy nights when I have no grip and I want it to be safer to drive. And he's like, just shut up, just go.
It's sort of like, I can't even be bothered. Like, the only time
What
I
about
had
those tires? I don't like those tires. I'm like, glove box, are they street legal,
Yeah.
semi-slicks? And they're just like, go home, mate.
Like, the only time I had it really bad was I was on my way. I left work early because I was feeling sick. I went home. Should have, in hindsight, just gone straight to the doctors. But I went home, had a nap, then went to the doctors. And it was on the way to the doctors because I got HIDs. It's in projectors, so you go, it's not too bad.
Yeah, no biggie.
But it was raining, so I had them on and the wipers because that's what you're supposed to do. And Highway Patrol comes the other way and then goes around the roundabout behind me and comes up and follows me. And I go in, park, get out of the car, lock the car, and then he pulls up in front of me and goes, pop the bonnet. I'm like, I'm like, I know, like, I'm out of the car.
Yeah.
I'm not in the car.
Yeah.
So I play ball, and then he goes through, oh, you know, you got a pod, this is the old car. He goes, you got a pod filter. I was on P's, totally illegal for me to drive.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a pod filter here. I'm like, yeah. I said, look, I got a warning the other day. I got pulled over. Got a warning. I ordered it. It arrived this morning. I can show you the receipt. It's arrived at my house. I said, I've been at work.
To say.
Yep, trying
Right
to just
thing to
be
try.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, look, it arrived today. The box is there.
Yeah.
I just got to do it, but I've come home from work early because I'm sick.
Yeah.
No, it's not on the car. Not good enough.
Yeah.
The motor had been in the car for about a week at that point because I'd had the motor replaced. All the piping's different, so my old box didn't work. The breather hose from the top of the rocker cover didn't have anywhere to plug it into, so I just had a little breather. EPA. And then, you know, your wheels are poking, it's too loud, it's too low. And he goes, oh, you got a front mount here and a boost controller. Oh, you're on P's. This isn't legal. I said, look, I'll show you. It's running 8 pounds boost. I said, I'll take you for a drive if you like. I said, it's running 8 pounds boost. Turning it down. He's like, no, that won't be necessary. So then I got fines come in the mail, 3 of them. And it's just like, I tried to do the right thing. I was polite. But he's like, oh, I pulled you over because of the HIDs.
You still got done though.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'm like-
I mean, it's cool. You could have done
But
done for more, but man, I've talked my way out of it every time.
But in reality, I could have just gone, no, I'm not in the car, and walked off to the doctors, which would have been the smarter thing to do. It would have cost me $400 less.
Yeah.
But you try and do the right thing and go, hopefully it'll be all right.
Oh no, man! I'm a fighter when it comes to that shit. It's kind of I'm sick of
afraid
fighting.
to.
I'm sick of it though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know. I mean, back then, like I said, I don't mean to sound so old and shit, but it's like back then you were fanging it on the street.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was a crazy driver.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, one of my favorite things to do in the car as a kid was to get a pad of white paper and put my pen on the pad, shut my eyes, and I'd get a fucking artwork at the end of a drive because my dad was like, and I'd have this fucking thing at the end. I'm like, whoa, Dad, check this out. This is your driving, you know? But like, he was so aggressive when roundabouts came out. He used to almost have accidents because people were coming onto the roundabout not knowing, because he was going so fast that they thought that he was going straight.
So it wasn't just an always thing, they were introduced.
No, they were introduced.
Okay, so this is way before me.
Yeah. So roundabouts were a new thing for us, right? Single lane roundabouts initially. And then people knew that rule where if someone's on the roundabout, well, you got to wait for them to get off.
Yep.
Right? But he was coming in them so hot that people thought he must be going straight.
Yeah.
But actually, he was turning right.
Oh, God.
So he'd come into a roundabout and just hook the fucking thing, and the guy coming straight would have to slam on the brakes because he'd be like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
going.
And it's always, he always did that finger shake, fucking, no. And it's like, he always used to do this thing on the highway where you drive to Canberra or the Snowies or whatever, and he'd get behind the car in the left lane right until he was up their ass. And then like they'd be like, you're meant to overtake in the right.
Yeah.
So he did that to the point where they would turn in the right lane and then he would just go behind them again. And then they'd go back in the left. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
See, now you're
harassing people. But he was like that. And every time someone did a mistake on the road, we were of that era where you hooned. Like you fucking mashed it down a gear. Yep. You overtook them and you gave them a fucking filthy while you overtook them.
Or flicking the bird. Or
it was just that era. Yeah. Like I remember even one of my relatives said to me, like when I was younger running ZMST and stuff, and they were like, you've been a naughty boy, haven't you, around Maroubra and stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And they're like, we beeped the horn at you the other day just to say hello, and you stuck your finger up at us.
Oh, because you're so
used to... I'm just like so used to like someone beep behind me. I was straight away like...
Question is, what car is it in?
But I didn't even look. Yep. And it was my auntie.
Yep.
I'm just like...
But you get used to it though. Like, if you drive a car that sort of attracts attention and is loud and pops flames or whatever, people just give... I get the dirtiest looks. And I found since I've been driving it daily instead, because it's just like 4-door Hyundai...
I just got to calm down.
But
it's like everyone lives on the road too.
I get treated so differently in that to how I do in my car. In my car, it's like people don't let me merge. They sit on my ass until it spits flames.
It's just so easy to report someone. Like I've got 2 EPA notices in a row for doing things that I knew what I did. Yeah. I knew. Twice I overtook someone aggressively on the M5. Yep. And I know that those 2 times, a few days after I got the EPA notice. So I know for a fact what I did. Yeah. And you know what? It's not worth it because that's when it's the most satisfying. Oh, yeah. Is when you fucking fuck someone off because you finally overtook them. Oh, yeah. Because they've been stalling you on the highway. And they're the ones that were doing bad because they were in the wrong lane. Yep. But we get fucked over by it.
Well, so I got done, what was it? It was Hottie Point Nights last year on the way to that because I got to come from like Campbelltown. There was this taxi doing like 15 under. And it was a single lane. I couldn't go anywhere. There was a truck next to us and he was doing 15 under and I'm sitting behind him. And it's not even like I wasn't running late or anything like that. I was just pissed off that I was doing 15 under the limit. Left lane opens up.
And so which is even more, right? Yeah, which is like another 10K more. So it's actually 25K under.
So I gunned it past him and just like absolutely floored it past him. Speed camera. Yeah. 9Ks over through a camera. And I'm like...
But you know what? Like I've never lost my license. I've never gone down that low. And like I know a guy recently who lost his license and apparently now you get a choice. Do you want to lose it for six or 3 months and get it back, or do you want to just have 1 point for a year?
That's the worst nut,
right? And he went for the 1 point, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. I would take the 3 months because 100%. It's only 3 months, right? Yep. But he's like, and then I said, so how did you lose your license? And he's like, I've actually lost it 3 times. I'm like, dude, you did the wrong thing. How are you going to change? From the guy who always gets caught to driving for 12 months without with only 1 point. Yep, no. Like you're fucked.
That's just.
But you know, it's like people do think that they can change radically. But when I hear stories like that, I'm like, bro, 12 months with but you've got that in you. It's in your blood to not be paranoid enough to check.
Yep, you get in the rhythm to just drive. But the thing, 1 point is nothing. Like the one that was the camera fine, that was 9K.
This is
what
I'm saying. Point. There's no chance for him.
Got nothing.
There's no chance. I'm just saying, like,
it's like being
even the best drivers in the world make accidents on the road, right?
It's like red peas again. That's what it is.
Right.
Because you can't fuck up. But that's only for a year. Like, that is a year as well. But
and
when you're
on that topic, like, one of my exes just learned how to drive at my age. And I'm like, she got that license way too easy, bro. Like they just gave it to us. You want to give them the money? Yep. They'll fucking take it. They'll sell you a new car with all like reverse parking cameras and shit on a little Polo, whatever. I mean, these people are not going to learn how to drive.
No, it's not driving.
And she's not going to get any better. Yeah. She's just going to be the same.
Yeah. Because you've got all the cameras and the assists. That's why I like driving an older car because it's like I don't have to deal with any of that crap.
Well, you actually have to learn. But the thing is, like now,
properly.
It's really freaky, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that she's good enough to drive on Sydney conditions, Sydney road conditions at all. But actually, she's driving every day.
Yeah. And
so I'm kind of like, this is the reason, you know?
Yeah.
And even the other day, like Rainbow Street, Randwick, had a completely clear lane, no traffic on it whatsoever.
Yep.
And this car decides to pull a Yui in front of my mum. She's driving. And she has to hit the brakes, but there's no one behind her.
Yep.
He literally could have waited till we went past and then done it.
Yep.
But he couldn't wait. No. And he does it. And my mum's got a bit of attitude, like me. She's like, what the hell?
Yep.
You know, she did that.
Yep.
And he stuck the bird up at her. It was his fault.
He did the wrong thing.
He did the wrong thing. And he shoved his finger up at my mum. And I was furious. Because I'm like, young guy.
Yep.
Middle Eastern dude. I'm like, bro, you don't need to do this to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're in the wrong.
Complete wrong.
This is an elderly lady driving a car, Asian ladies who cop it the most, and she did nothing wrong, and you're sticking the finger up at her?
Yep.
I'm like...
It's almost that defensive, like the...
It's actually unreal.
It's just...
It's next level.
It's idiotic. It's just
next
like...
level.
It's like they actually think about anything that they're actually doing.
No, there's no thought.
No.
It was genuine reaction. And that scares me even more because in a real life situation, maybe the fist will be up. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's why I don't go out anywhere because it's like all it takes is like one drunk idiot to like... I'm well aware of the fact that the size I am, that I just...
Well, you're tall at least. I'm small and
No, but I feel like that's worse because like, I can't fight for starters, but it's like...
Right.
If like there's a crowd of people and we're in like, say, King's Cross.
Taller guy will get hit on first.
I'll be the dude that gets hit first, 100%. Because they'll be like, oh, he's bigger, we'll take him down first. It's like, I'm down in one hit.
I know a mate. He's not so much a mate anymore, but his favorite thing was knocking people out. It was just his thing. Like, if anyone had a kink, he had this kink. And he had this thing where he'd go to nightclubs every weekend, and if a guy tried to pick up on his chick, he wouldn't get to the point where you'd argue. He just couldn't, so excited, he couldn't wait for the actual punch. But he sucker punched people. So his thing is KOing people when they're not expecting it. If you beep your car at him, he'll literally hop out of his car because chances are your doors are unlocked. He'll jump in and he'll fucking uppercut you or something to the point where you're fucked and everyone's beeping at you because you're passed out. Oh, God. Like, he literally would tell me stories of... And I love them because they're hilarious stories. Like, they even brought machetes out and shit. These guys, like, these Asian gangs are something else. But they're only fighting Asian gangs, really. So it's really weird. They're just
so I don't have to worry then.
Well, they're killing their own kind. But his stories were always hilarious because, you know, he'd just get into the confrontation on the dance floor where the guy would start arcing up. But before they even knew it, he'd fucking hook up and put everything of his weight into a punch. And he'd see their faces go... in slow motion and fall to the ground. And he'd like crack up like a little girl about how they used to fall over. Like, he always would just watch them hit the ground and just describe it all. I just love it. Every day. Yeah.
The problem with that is then you've got all of their mates that then...
Bro, I know some guys that would hit people, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so funny. Like, I've even heard like guys coming out of jail and I've heard stuff like them saying, you know, well, thanks for helping me that I've come out. If you ever need... If you have a competitor that you absolutely hate, like another blogger or another forum or something, if you have like, you know, those guys, you can't stand those kids, just let me know. I'll fuck them up for you. I'm just like, bro.
There's your solution. That's your solution.
Trust me, I've had every opportunity in life to destroy... Well, I'm just saying, I have every opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
But I mean, like, my God, everyone knows in the end, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't possibly...
get away from it.
I couldn't possibly... Someone's going to know eventually. You know what I mean?
All it takes is, like, slip the tongue, and it's like, all of a sudden... You know, Logan Paul
I've had to ban some gangsters off the forum because they were being a bit too smart-ass and breaking the rules. And then next thing you know, they were coming after me. People were saying, hey, be careful. This guy's actually called me up and wants to know where you live and what your number is and
that's
stuff.
always a...
And I'm like, thanks for not telling them because you rely on your real friends not to. You know?
Because that's always a bit of a... I've had that once or twice where it's like they're trying to find... I've had friends screenshot messages like trying to find my address and I'm like... I mean, I don't care. It's like, do what you want.
I don't give anyone special treatment. That's the end of the day. It's like some of the richest people were sponsoring vwgolf.net.au forums and they hated their competitors or their workshops hated other competitors. And I've had people literally come over to my house and offer me money to not have a competitor advertising on the forums. And I'm like, the amount of things that I could do.
So why not
for
just
money.
go, hey, I don't understand that logic where it's like, no, take them out. Instead of going like, hey, can you market me? Instead, I'll pay you more.
Yeah,
It's
right,
like,
right.
I'm going to pay you just to get rid of them.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Well, they think flashing the cash is,
I don't get it.
you know.
I don't get it. And look, I mean, I've dealt with a lot of that, I guess, working where I have. It's like people come in, it's the most amazing thing to see. The ones that come in that are all the flashy, like, they put their keys down, there's like Porsche keys,
Sure.
and they've got the nice wallet,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
and then like you're looking through their accounts, and then you like, oh, there's multiple home loans, whatever, and you go, hang on a minute, these guys like pretty, like not broke, but like,
Well,
it's all image. And then
Well,
the dudes
yeah.
that come in that are like pretty frugal, or don't like have their necessities, but aren't crazy, they're the ones with like money just sitting in the account waiting.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, I don't know. It's
Well,
this,
you kind of want to be somewhere in between, I think.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
and this is what I
Like,
say with everything. Life's all about balance. Everything's about
oh,
balance.
fuck, you sound like my dad.
I
now.
know, but and that's the thing, it makes me sound so old, but it's like
But it's true. Like,
it is. You can't just be too far one way or the other. You've got to have somewhere in the middle with everything.
I agree with that, but I am not an advocate of it.
Yeah.
Like, I am so appetite for destruction, and I'm definitely, you know, my dad died at 46, so I've always said, since he died when I was 18, I said, well, you've got till 46, mate.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to fucking make marks in the wall.
Yeah.
Because if you want to get there, you got to get working now.
Yeah.
So at 18, like I said, at 21, I was already in the papers because I was on a fucking mission.
And you set yourself the goal. I think that's the hard, and this is what I've always said, is it's hard to sort of have, with my whole thing of being like, I just want to enjoy stuff. I want to, like, I'd love
It's
to
not
go.
enough.
No, and I think I'd love to, it's this hard line where it's like I have this thing I'd love to do, but I don't know if it's achievable.
I don't think you can try.
Yeah.
If you try, you're trying hard, and then like
Yeah.
it's just all fake. You
And
know,
it's-
like all these girls doing the fitness thing or
Yeah.
whatever, right? I'm kind of like, you're 20 years old, you're fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you working 8 hours a day at the gym?
Yeah.
Like,
When you could be...
you're so hot right now. It's
Yeah.
like, my God, you don't need to look after this health so bad right
Yeah.
now because it's easy for you. You've
Yeah.
got all the energy in the
Wait
world.
till you're like 26, then start working out.
Right,
Yeah, exactly.
right. Like
yeah.
that is my concept. My
Yeah.
concept is to younger kids. It's kind of like, don't fall into those traps
Yeah.
because they're like, it's because it's easy,
Yeah.
and you think it's hard because you actually know it's not.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't meet many young people that put themselves in a position of genuinely kicking ass. I honestly don't.
I think it's a hard thing to do.
And I think it is a lack of confidence. To be
Yeah.
honest, I think
Oh.
it's a shitload of attitude, but it's almost like good people like you are scared to have the attitude because you
Yeah.
don't want to be Logan Paul because he gets
Yeah.
hammered. But you know who's going to turn up on tops is probably Logan Paul.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
they
when you're
put
young
themselves
and you
out
can
there.
make a mistake,
Yeah.
and when you're 40 and Logan Paul, you'd be like, holy shit, this is how I made it.
Yeah.
But my God, I was 18 or
Yeah.
20 then. And that's a great place to be.
Yeah.
To take your risks. And, you know, I mean, if I lived in this era as a 20-year-old, there's no doubt that I would have the same kind of followers as him because I would be that person.
Yeah. We're just... you've got to be... I think it's... And this is the hard bit with it, and I think so many people want to do it, but you've got to be the right
scary,
person.
bro.
Oh, it's 100%
Bro,
scary.
it's like you could say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And
that's what it'll take. Like, thinking about, like, coming today, I was like, God, what stupid things could I possibly say?
well, that's interesting, isn't it?
And it's
Because you're
like-
like I said, like from the beginning of the podcast,
Yeah.
it's like usually you'd expect me to have more people who've made it
Yeah.
or done stuff so that
and
I
that's
could
why I was
share that.
surprised. I was honestly...
But I've always been an open book,
Yeah.
right? I've always promoted work from people who weren't there yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, man, someone gave me a fucking go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was featured and interviewed in magazines to have a go.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of recognition,
Yeah.
a little bit of respect. And it's like, I'm not talking about those girls who can go from 10,000 followers to 30,000 because they're wearing lingerie. I'm talking about that genuine knowing that you've been given a go and you should pay this attention more than those other people that have given you a go.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you can only go up from here.
Exactly.
And I
And
think
that's the
I think
best
I
bit
think
about
that's what happens like when you get given a go. I think, you know, every time I've been given a go, I've just gone for it.
Take it with both hands. And so it's weird because it's the sort of, you've either got where you've got people that are often they get given a basis to sort of work from, and they get given a bit of a grounding, and it's like fantastic, make the most of it. But the best is when you see people that have like had nothing like that, and they've still somehow managed to go through it all.
Someone still needs to give them a go.
Oh, 100%. Someone needs to somewhere.
But or they need to turn it around.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, some of the most famous, successful young people have been slaughtered by the media because the media still owns the majority, right?
But it's weird how that works, because I mean, I couldn't think of that. It's weird, and I guess I'm in a different boat, but I don't watch.
I know,
channel
but
news.
other people do.
I know,
and this is the sad thing. There's still people in power because we can't be bothered voting, and they always do. I'm just saying, right? They're more mature.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could be doing really well in your business, which is fresh, brand new. You got heaps of followers, and you're literally resonating with a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
But then a TV show like Kochi from Good Morning Australia or something, or Carl Sandilands, will invite you on their show knowing that they're going to destroy you because they're actually making fun of you. Like whether you're into esports and they're like, wow, these kids are making $100,000, like whatever. This is like, wow, you guys do nothing but play games.
It's idiotic,
and it's all
whatever.
Condescending.
Oh,
it's like they're actually saying what you're doing, but they're actually condescending the whole way through,
Yep.
so that they have those housewives at home going, oh my God, isn't this world crazy?
But at the
these
same
days,
time, you've got
playing
the people
games
that
and making money.
But like at the same time, the way you put up that
Right,
Casey,
you got the young people, right?
But at the
They
same
can
time,
see
they
through
go,
that
hang
shit.
on a minute, but they're making shit tons of money. They're doing what they love, and they're good at it.
But you got to be
And they come to
careful, is what I'm
defense.
saying. Is like sometimes the bigger, that bigger step has an alternative agenda, and they're there to get themselves even bigger by mocking you, right? And then you're sitting there thinking all press is good press, but really no. Because you got to sleep with it end of the day.
Exactly.
And some of the loudest people being the older people as well. When they have an opinion, it kind of hurts you because they're older than you.
What's the name of the dude in the US? I can't remember his name. The really controversial. He does radio. He's got like the really deep voice. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Howard Stern?
No. Like he does like you listen to his stuff and it makes no sense, and he's just like an absolute crackpot. I'll find it at some point, but. He just says the most controversial things, and people watch his stuff because it's like entertaining, and he's got this platform. And
Milo.
I don't know.
I don't anyway, go on.
Yeah, but it's like he's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But it's
I've seen some of that lately where it obviously is hate speech.
Yeah.
And it's obviously them ruffling feathers
a
little bit too far.
Yeah.
Like having a go at certain cultures and stuff like that. But it's true that not enough people are talking about it in that way.
Yeah.
And I think there's a place for people like that. Like, I'd rather a crazy guy who was highly intelligent than someone who's like a Greenpeace activist who's tying themselves to a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's different kinds of extremes there.
Yeah.
There's an extremist who is malicious, but still generating a much more thoughtful debate.
Yep.
As opposed to the thug or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I think there's a place for everyone.
Yeah,
You know, and I think my place, I'm defining it as I go, but I'm also realizing that I'm more and more willing to be the martyr now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to understand that my best of friends will probably go, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But I understand. And I'm also understanding that more mature people will also go, you shouldn't have picked Casey. You could have picked Kim Kardashian. But I'm kind of like, I'm not even going to argue with those guys because they should know already.
Exactly.
And I did a little bit with one of my mates, and I feel a little bit sorry for it now because I trolled him a little bit, and he kept going. But I'm like, man, we've been friends for ages. You should know better than this.
Yeah.
To get into an internet argument with me.
Yeah.
I know your points are all valid, but you're refusing to read my comments and that I'm refusing to think your comments are valid. So you should understand that this is a troll war and that I've just baited you into it, and I expected better of him.
Yeah.
But that's still my way of tough love.
Yeah.
Like, I think my friends are always like a little bit upset with me initially because they're proud of what they've done.
Yeah.
But then if I pick it apart, it's kind of like because they're precious of it.
Yeah.
But there's no malice in it, right?
But that's the thing, if you learn from it.
Well, it's their call.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to take the risk to be the martyr.
Yeah.
If someone goes, fuck you, well then, you know, I have this quiet confidence that the worst haters that I've got in the world, give me a few hours with them alone and we'll actually be good mates.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've misunderstood me is the general consensus.
And that's
that
the biggest thing. And I have the same thing with like the post that I said about that was like the 32 GTR that was
Yeah.
it was just people didn't understand what I was saying. Like, and I probably should have worded it better. And that's where it's like for me, like writing it wasn't even a complex like written post.
Well, no, but you shouldn't have to write
No.
to cover all angles,
Exactly.
right?
I shouldn't have to like automatically go and
Yeah.
I mean, I had to go back yesterday and before something big, I shared something that was about the whole like grid girls with F1.
Yeah.
And it was some political cartoon that was like where you've got Mardi Gras one weekend where it's all like showing off skin and whatever, and then the next weekend's Formula One and they can't have grid girls because it's and it was just a political cartoon, and then I put it up, and then like an hour later went, I'm just going to put a caption in just because I don't want to have this start a debate, because it's not like I don't by any
But
means.
even in doing so, you're starting one. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, it was more that I kind of went, I really don't have the time for this thing. I just went, look, I don't have any problem with either. I just think that the Formula One thing is a bit of a joke. That was my whole thing.
Yeah, well, it is a joke, but sadly it's not, because sadly it's becoming rule, and it is changing culture.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like you can discount this stuff, but the more you discount it, the more you realize that, fuck, I wish we fought earlier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like that, one thing you mentioned a second ago, it wasn't about grid girls, but it's that general consensus when everyone starts to think that something is a bigger issue than it is.
Yeah. And they jump on it.
And it just fucks everyone over. Like, to be honest, it really does. It's like I've watched enough of these debate shows now where you've got two parties who are just as passionate as each other, to be honest.
That's what's hard. How do you draw a winner?
Well,
It's...
everyone ends up watching the show and siding with one side or another, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No one's really on the fence.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We all have a... And the saddest thing about this social media thing is that you can read a 20-year-old's comment versus a 42-year-old's comment, and they're just appearing right next to each other. And we both have a name, we both have a photo.
Yep.
We're basically the same voice.
Yep.
So it's really hard for people to place values on the right people.
100%.
You can't even base it off age alone.
No.
Because there's some people more mature than others. So...
Yep. And that's the hobby with that. But then I guess then it's this whole thing of... I think... And I'm 100% guilty of it, is you've got to kind of check who that you've got surrounding. Like, you look at it and go like...
Yeah, but even those people can fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, it's interesting how many people I've inspired, but, like, I can't wait to make a big mistake.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just make me feel so good to make a really big mistake.
Yeah.
Because then it's kind of like what I was saying with Peterson. Like, I loved all of his stuff, and then I found a few videos where he was paying me out.
Yeah.
About my drug habits, my what I eat. Because he had all these talks about health and eating and stuff, and I'm like, oh no, you're one of those fucking cunts as well. You know what I mean? And it made me feel bad because the guy that is like literally changed the way I thought about certain things.
Yeah. Then
is now preaching about shit that I'm like, oh God, way to make me feel bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I actually respect you so much, and now you're telling me my greatest fears have come true.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I feel like crap about it.
But is it that we almost like put these people on a pedestal in a sense?
Yeah, you're not meant to. That's a
And
wake
that's
up
the
call for
hard
me.
bit. Yeah.
Always is a reminder.
Because I think you can kind of, and this is the hard bit where you can't, not necessarily with everyone, but you can't always just go and like all the stuff they do. You got to kind of go, okay, I like this bit that they do, I like this bit this other person does, but I don't like those bits in between. Because if you do, you just sort of, and that's where it's that whole sort of copying and following mentality, where it's like if you end up just taking everything on board, you become their clone.
You know if you're not killing it though.
Oh yeah.
Like I still think that people who are like faking it are just like, it's so stressful.
Oh yeah.
It's so stressful.
I tried to do it. I was
you
trying to set
almost
up
have to keep a
photography stuff.
calendar and a diary of all your fucking lies.
Yep.
In order
So
to
you
not
don't-
catch yourself
Yep.
out. It's almost like the guy who's sleeping with 6 girls, and he
Yep.
has to keep a diary just to remember which places he's been to for dates and
what
what
he's said.
topics he's talked
Yep.
about and what you know what I mean.
Exactly.
It's like so much work, bro.
And it's, and this is the thing, I sort of came to a point where it was like, and I think it was sort of when you become sort of mental health aware of everything, I can't be bothered with any of it. I can't be asked trying to pretend everything's all fine and good and like half-ass my way through it, when it's just easier just to be, I just when it's sort of when you're trying to do the right thing by people and try and break it to them slowly.
That's different. Like I think everyone. I think you're a good guy and you have that in you, but that's not enough. It's kind of like it's like you're still. It's interesting that you're 20 and you're not crazy hungry about the one thing, because I know that at that age I was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not that surprised by that because it's like you have too many things to choose from.
That's the thing. I think for me, I never really had, and I've always sort of had it where I sort of float between things. I never really had like.
And you're using those words, floating and
100%.
between.
Well, that was me through school.
It's
like it was weird to go. I went to an all boys school, and I was the one weird kid that was into cars. Which you go to an all boys school, that's like not normal. That there's not like a group of people that are into cars. I was the weird guy because I liked cars and I was obsessed with cars. Still am. And then but it's still like you go into like start doing stuff in the car scene, you make friends, but then I like different bits of it. Like I don't just like going to the track. I don't just like, I don't want to just stance my car. I want to do everything. And the problem with that is then you have little groups here and there where you sort of float in and out between all of them, but never sort of stick with one.
I get it.
And it's the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's almost like you could relate that to a circle of friends.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that I know that are your age or slightly older don't really have solid group of friends. It's like they have friends, but they're not like friends that I had, which was like you saw every day.
Yeah.
Or you hung out every afternoon, like family.
Yeah.
Like that's changed today.
Yeah.
It's like
because everyone's trying to be friends with everyone.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's like just text instead.
Everyone's just more isolated, I think.
It's easier to
yeah.
rather than like
hey, I'm going to come around your house. We're going to
It's after school. You get out of your uniform. You go and hang out.
Yeah.
Like there's less of that going on.
Yeah.
So I meet a lot of people that actually just want more friends.
Yeah.
And I find it fascinating because I'm kind of like, in a world where there's so much communication, what's your problem?
Yeah.
But it's almost like there's also, generally speaking, a lack of taking risks.
Yeah.
Like it's an epidemic in your generation.
Yeah. Because and I think you look at it and go, well, what risks are there? It's short of like going to business or whatever.
It's not taking your clothes off and doing a lingerie shoot. Yeah. Because that's almost become too easy. Well, as difficult as it is, because I fucking wouldn't get into my underwear and do a shoot. I'm just saying, when women make that decision, we discount it so quickly. Yeah. But actually, it's a fucking big deal.
Oh, 100%
the amount that you get judged is nuts.
Exactly.
Right?
Which is so weird because it seems so like it's common, but it's so
but you can already
taboo.
see the success.
Yeah.
You can already see that like a girl can go from 1,000 followers to 30,000 within 3 or 6 months.
Yeah.
But they're not at that stage in life where they can use that power.
And cope with it. And
right? Because they don't even know what they're doing.
Yep.
But I'm just saying that power is still there.
I think it's
you take a risk, you get paid.
Yeah.
But it's like, no one has a vision for, or not many people have a vision like, well, Elon Musk, sure. Yeah. Fucking visions are plenty. But I don't think many people have that, maybe educational university degree where it literally was a good course that actually gave them tools in order to think differently.
Yeah. And
I think that's one thing that's lacking is the actual brain waves and brain thoughts and actual constructing not only constructing ideas but deconstructing ideas. Yeah. In order to understand them, then reconstructing them in a fresh way. I think that's what's lacking in general professionalism.
Yep.
And the reason why I feel people aren't getting there is a lack of commitment. And, when you commit to something, it's a risk.
Yeah.
Because you could, I keep bringing up Elon Musk, but he said another great thing where he got accepted into Berkeley or something, or Harvard or something.
Yep.
And he literally 3 months later just went, I could get a degree here. It would be good for me to do sort of maybe more studies or something. But what is it guaranteeing me?
Exactly. And this
is like
that's
nothing.
That's why when I finished school, I went, I don't want to go to uni because I went.
He knew that it wasn't guaranteeing.
Exactly,
it was guaranteeing you a piece of paper.
Yep.
And he fucking knew it so much that he was like, the internet's happening right now. Yep. If I do this course, maybe the internet will be done already by the time I get out.
But that's what I struggled with when I was like when I finished school. Is it's like why do I want to go spend 3 years, build up a whole heap of debt?
When you've got the energy now,
correct.
When you've got,
I want to do this now. I can do it without. I don't need to, and that's why like now I'm going to be doing a course that I actually. It's like when I started making videos and putting stuff on YouTube, I enjoy doing the analytical stuff. I enjoyed looking at the analytics. I enjoy making videos and I enjoy creating content because I like telling a story. And that's when I went, okay, so how can I use that? I went, okay, sure, I can do YouTube, whatever, but that might not be a thing. Like if I could do that as a full-time job, that'd be sweet. Like get go around and do different things, whether it's that I go do stuff with cars or if it's like I make videos about traveling or whatever, like that'd be sweet to do. Like if you can make that as your job, go for it.
But it's so not realistic almost because you guys got too much choices. So much to work. It's interesting because like that wouldn't have even been a thought back in the 90s.
No, hell no. But and then I went, okay, but how can I actually make that? I went, okay, I'll go to uni. I'll try and learn as much as I can doing. Because the course I'm doing is communications and media. So I went, if I can learn as much as possible, that gives me like a background in like global media or marketing or advertising.
Right, yeah.
And then I can actually formalize it. And that way, if I decide YouTube's dying, which at the moment the way it's all changing, it's sort of a bit.
Well, everyone's looking for Vero or the next thing.
Which that's its whole own interest. You said about the person and the cause. As a cause and as a platform, you go, sweet, fantastic. The thing that you put up was about the dude who created it. People go, no, we're done. We don't like the dude that did it, so therefore we're out.
And imagine if that happened to you. It's just like, scary. This is the way the world works now. You put all your eggs into one basket, and it takes one fucker to bring up something out of context.
Yeah, context is king.
And it's like, how viral that Delete Vero thing went was shocking to me.
Interested to see how big their numbers, because I know there's a whole thing.
But you know what? Delete. Every single person that wrote #Delete Vero, I bet you they didn't even put themselves in the shoes of someone who created a creative platform. It's like, why are you so quick
to judge?
Because that could be you.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm trying to do with the podcast, is get people to realize, like, if you do get invited to a big show because you've made it, chances are they'll fucking flame you on it. Yeah. People need to realize this. People need to realize that.
Tall poppy.
Yeah, and we need to, like what I was saying with the Agda thing, that all these guys wearing black shirts, black suits. I needed to get up in front of them and point the finger at them and say, you guys are fucking dinosaurs. Yeah. Trust me, I'm coming after you. And they're all laughing, giggling. Yeah. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And I fucking came hard eventually. You know what I mean? It took me a few years. But they all fucked out. And they all started inviting us to represent them. Yeah. And it's like, you know what? That's what I knew was going to happen.
Yep.
Why did you take so long to fucking give me the power? You know what? Because we had to prove ourselves.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like, all I see now is the attitude, but with no real work to overtopple. So I'm sitting here, I'm 42 years old. I'm still running the forums and these ZEN Garage and all this shit. And I'm looking at the competition. And I'm going, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I set the fucking template.
Yeah.
Why are you still doing what I'm doing?
And that's the thing.
You're running another car meet. You're running another car blog.
Yeah.
Guys, I created this shit before cars. And with Infront and blogs. And I was the first person to build a website in the whole of Australia. Yep. It's like, guys, do something else, please, to impress me.
Innovate.
That will take me to the next level and carry me for a fucking change.
Yep.
And I'm like, I see these guys copying and I'm like, man, this is sad.
But it's almost like you can't take a break from doing stuff because
no
one
please,
else is doing
someone carry me.
Exactly.
Please, someone take me. Like this podcast thing, me doing it, it's like, again, why wasn't somebody else doing it, inviting me on their podcast?
I don't think anyone else had the platform to do it. Like,
no one's done the hard work for it, is what I'm getting at. It's like no one's taken the risk.
Yeah.
Well, no one's got the experience, bro. It's like you need to have had some proper death and shit in your life in order to dig this deep, in my opinion. And so many people are just so spoiled that I just don't know how they're going to get here. Exactly. Like, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hand over the powers to somebody else. You know, I tried it with ZEN. I tried to hand over the entirety of ZEN to somebody else, a business partner, to run it for me because I was sick of it.
Yep.
But in the end, that started to fall apart, and I realized you can't escape it. No. I still have to be the one, and I'm still creating new shit now. And it's kind of like, guys, please, can someone... You guys keep snapping at my ankles. It's fucking annoying.
Yep.
You're the thorn in my side. But I thought by now you would have overtaken.
Yeah.
How old do I have to be before you young guys actually start carrying me?
Yeah, but I think it's evolved a bit in the sense of, like, I look at the way ZEN sort of changed. And I remember going back when I first sort of found it all. And I don't even know how I found it.
I like that.
Not a clue how.
But I like that.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like a billboard ad. Or it wasn't one particular thing. It was like more...
I think I know exactly what it was. And I don't know if you remember... I think it was a video the video that went up originally. It was Monty Carmos did a video, which was the Why Do We Meet?
Yeah.
That video, right? I saw that.
See, they have a big audience.
Yeah, 100%. But I saw that somehow. I found that. And it was on like a second channel or something like that. And I went, this is sweet. And then I went and had a look. And I'm like, this is awesome. But I think as as a brand, it's evolved in a sense from being this.
Of
like,
course.
When I first came into it, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so this is this big brand. The shop was still a thing, and I was like, I need to find a way. How can I like get away to get to this and have a look, and never managed to find a way.
That's a shame. That's
Dude,
a shame.
I was all right. The one
Yeah.
time I was like, I think I was with my family in like Leichhardt, and I'm like, hey Leichhardt, I know this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh,
oh,
shit,
mum, give me
then-
like 15 minutes. She's like, no, we got to be here in like. I'm like,
But bro, we were sending T-shirts to people in Leichhardt.
yeah, and you go, what's the point?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Why would you
People
not-
aren't even coming in because the internet is so strong.
But I don't get it because like everything I've seen from the shop looked just wicked. Like
No, it was great.
just a good
I
spot
don't have
to
any
chill.
regrets.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, good spot to chill. But
Yeah.
if you're running it and it's costing you X amount of
Exactly,
dollars
it's
per
not
day,
worth it.
I'm sitting there going, you know, I've got a business partner who's like, guys, we just lost $2,000 this week.
Yeah.
Because you didn't push
That's
hard
fine.
enough. I'm like,
But what can you do?
fuck this.
Exactly.
I didn't sign up to have this kind of pressure.
Yeah.
To make rent and
And that's the thing.
insurance and fuck this
But at the
shit.
same
You know, I
time-
want people to hang out.
Exactly.
And have fun.
And I think it's evolved from that where it was this big, like, it was a big blanket, like, brand. And now it's evolved to where it's very much, it seems, and the way I sort of see it now is it's like, it's the stuff that you're doing and it's more you and what you're doing.
Yeah.
In a sense where it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, as you said
It's-
before, it's like people are going, oh, well, then it's, you know, they're not posting cars. And it's like, yeah, but it's not what you're doing at the moment. It's, if you're doing model shoots, that's what you're going to post because that's what's going on. If you're doing podcasts,
I'm
you'll post
educating
that.
people slowly but surely, but
Yep.
it's like,
I think the hard bit is people came into it through cars.
well, that's the thing. If you're an immature person or closed-minded,
Mm-hmm.
you will not understand.
Yeah.
But if you're open-minded, you'll understand that the content that I'm posting all has a concurrent theme running through it.
Yeah.
And it's cherry-picked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whether
Yeah.
it's a new photographer or it doesn't matter whether it's not up there in terms of quality with each post.
Yeah.
The fact is there's something buried within that post.
That's
There's a positive message there that will actually extend your life or help you to
Yeah.
in one way or another.
yeah.
And it's never a post where there's an ulterior motive there.
It's
like
just
I always
that's what it
feel
is.
like
People expect
they
it.
fall in line with my ethos in life, which is, you know, like I said, like those simple things that I live by, like ask questions, inspire others, and all these kind of things.
Yep.
And I just have they're little prerequisites for me.
Yeah.
So
But I think we're so used to the whole like you read it, oh like this is a great article reading or whatever, and then they get it on. It's like, oh hey, you can buy our t-shirts, and it's like at the same time I get it, it's a commercial world, but it's like when there's that ulterior motive throughout it, it loses that glimmer.
bro, I could have sold out 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
You know, I could sell out at least once a day and get away with it.
Yeah.
I could say like, guys, we're really broke right now and we really need your support. If you could buy something from the shop,
Yeah.
and then we would make more sales.
Yeah.
But it's like people know,
Yeah.
and you know that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing
That's
for
the
me is
biggest
that
thing,
you
yeah.
know,
And that's why like I never for any videos I was never like, oh yeah, you know, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I never did because it was like I don't like how it fits. It doesn't.
But there's so many exceptions too.
yeah. Oh, always.
This is the hilarious thing. It's like, you know, like even my photography, like you can't say that my photography is typical professional photography
Not at all.
because I step over the line so many times
Yeah.
in framing shots and to get shots, and sometimes you're not ever meant to apparently touch your model. But I'm like, who made that rule up? Because I'm not interested in it.
Which
because it's
in a
kind of like
professional sense you go,
sometimes,
yeah.
yeah, but I would hate it if I gave the world the A-OK and next thing you know, all these guys are touching their girls.
Exactly.
So I get the dangers in what I'm doing, posting up a drug photo or something,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like, I don't think I've ever changed in that regard.
Exactly.
You know, so I think if I get in trouble, it almost works to my favor, even though like a 30-day ban, whatever, that was really fucking hardcore.
That
Like, I
would've-
legit lost business.
That made me think about it as well, like even just in a personal sense, where it's like I realized how much I use Facebook because it was like, what would I do if I didn't have Facebook for 30 days? Like,
But especially for business as well.
oh, 100%.
You know,
like,
it really hurt me.
Especially if
Like,
you've got comments going on and whatever.
I'm
Like,
posting now, I'm getting like 2 or 3 likes. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah.
it's
but
fucked out.
that's where their algorithms are now, and I've noticed it where it's like, especially Instagram as well. But if I follow someone on Instagram, the next time I refresh it, the first 5 photos are like their most recent 5 photos.
Yeah.
Facebook will be like if someone comments or I interact with them on a comment thread, like an hour later, I just keep seeing their stuff. I could have not interacted with them in like 6 months, but all their stuff pops up because I interacted with them once. So I think the thing is you've got to then get back up there and sort of have people sharing it or engaging and
No,
do
I
a
know,
controversial
it's work.
post.
It's
Because
work.
since the
It's work, yeah.
the first post you had since you were back on Facebook, I think because I did something on that, I liked it or whatever. Then they all started to pop up, but I had to go searching
I know,
for that one.
I know, I get it.
I was
get
like-
it. But it's funny, isn't it? It's like, just being back on Facebook, it is so much more alive than Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, like getting 35 plus comments on that Casey Neistat post. I mean, it's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I wanted. The heated debate. It's like, it's not a heated debate. No one was trolling each other.
No.
No one was calling each other names.
I think because it was a more professional.
But I like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm so happy for. It's
But that's
like
almost the
people
stuff
might have disagreed with me
Yeah.
and got a bit upset with it, but I was smiling in the end.
Yeah.
Because people took the time out from their day
To actually-
and to not write a hate speech thing, but to actually try to convince me.
Yeah.
And that's a fantastic thing because they saw respect for someone.
Yep.
And they tried to get me to see that respect.
Yep.
But that's such a fucking positive vibe.
Yeah. Oh, 100% trying to get someone to
To like someone who they like. And it's just
exactly.
like,
It's like when you introduce someone.
no
it's
one
like,
was
hey,
happier
good
than
friend.
me, even
Yeah.
though I was trolling those guys on purpose to get more conversation.
Yeah.
I know that they're going to hate me for that,
Yeah.
but I'm working on a different plane.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I'm going to upset people.
Yeah. But
But
it all ends up positive
for
in the
a
end anyway.
reason.
Exactly.
It's for the others who are reading it. It's the thousands of other people that are reading the argument between two people
Yep.
that I'm actually banking on.
Yep. That's always the best stuff to actually read.
That's what I did on forums,
Exactly.
bro. Like, you would see that
the thing-
the forum thread was read by 3,000 people,
And
but
that's
there's only me and another guy fighting in there.
I miss so much of that. And that's the thing, when I sort of, and that's the thing that I think has changed everything as well, is that with the forums starting to sort of die and then Facebook becoming the king when it comes to any sort of car related stuff, it's changed because it wasn't like, and it's funny when I go back and read through some of the forums because it's amazing how you'll post up something and it'll be like, you'll see a post, it's like the 10th time someone's posted in that week, like, hey, anyone know how I can take, you know, the steering wheel out of my S15? It's like the 10th time you've seen it that week.
I know.
And then there's always the one person that comments, oh, it's on all the forums, just look it up on the forums.
All right.
But it's changed in terms of the feel that it had. Was the forums were different.
They were
It
amazing.
had a different feel because it was like people were
were
social, but they
amazing.
didn't know people by their name, and they couldn't go and look up all their family on Facebook, and they couldn't.
We had to meet. That's why I
Yeah,
created them. I
exactly.
mean, like, whenever cops pulled us over and kicked us out, they always felt really bad about it.
Yeah, because it was like they had to
explained
do
to
it.
them that this is the only way, guys, that we have to put keyboard names to
Yep.
real faces.
Exactly.
And they felt so sorry once we said that.
Yeah.
But it's like management once you guys
Yeah,
gone. So.
exactly.
But every time I explained it, the whole community, and it was such a good heyday for me because they would be like, Justin's got this.
Yeah,
Because I'm the only person that could speak to them.
exactly.
I was always being the older person in the scene.
But I think it's not just that. It's also, you know, they talk about EQ and IQ. It's an EQ thing. It's being able to talk and relate to people.
It really is. I
Which
don't
not
think I'm
everyone
the
has.
smartest cunt. I think I'm actually a dumb cunt.
look, I look
but
at-
I'm a people person.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Right?
I look at, there'll be people that I'll look at that are way smarter than me. Way smarter. I'm not stupid, but I'm not.
But you're a people person. You manage
Exactly.
to get out
I
of a
can
tight
relate to people,
situation.
which is
I-
funny
I've se-
given like anxiety and shit. But
But that helps
But-
you because anxiety keeps you on your tippy toes.
Little bit, yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
It won't let you go so egotistical that...
exactly,
Because you're always pulling yourself...
but probably doesn't let me get as
Back
far
too
as
much,
I probably
yeah.
could. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I like that I like that you use the word could because that's a big thing for me is to... So you do come across as more mature than you are, but you've got to also be 20 years old. Like,
and this is the
you're
thing, I think-
lacking that risk-taking, right?
The thing is, I went in from school where it was like, I also was the weird kid that liked cars, but then going into work where it was like, I was the only person, some of the branches I worked in, I was the only person under the age of like 45. And they've all got kids and families. They don't want to go out getting drunk on a Friday night.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you discount the fact that you're a weird kid because that's the funny thing. If you really understand who the biggest leaders and geniuses are in this world, you know that they are the weird kids.
Yeah, but I was weird because I liked cars. That was the thing.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
They're the weird kids.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs was weird.
Yeah.
Bill Gates was weird. They're all geeks.
Yeah.
Like
I was saying that too.
I'm just saying, Elon
Yeah.
Musk is weird.
Oh, yeah.
They're all the weirdest people. Like,
But they're the ones that are different and
Well-
do the good things because they're different.
Yeah.
They see the world in a different way.
well, I would still say, generally speaking, it's about being obsessive compulsive about something in your life.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the kid.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I understand that the kid is like almost, oh, fuck, I'm going to get hammered for this in
Yeah.
social media. But I feel like the kid is Jesus or God's way or religion's way to give you everything that you wanted in life just by,
Proxy.
yeah. Because it's like humans can do amazing things. And
Yeah.
having a child must be an amazing
Oh,
thing, right? It must be
100%.
absolutely fucking monumental. But I'm just saying, like, everyone in life before they dies deserves to feel that.
Yeah.
being on top of something and creating something that they're so obsessive, compulsive about and lost in. That
like tunnel vision.
Right. And I believe that's when I thrive the most and that's what I live for.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel a lot of people don't get there. But then, you know, if you have a kid, you're there automatically because it's just such a big deal that I believe that that's almost like humans fucking scapegoat or this thing that is like just happens for when you fucking didn't make it on your own.
Yeah.
It's the default fucking experience in life that, and man, a lot of people are going to fucking disagree with me. But in my opinion, that's the way I look at. And two ordinary people that have done nothing to contribute to the world can all of a sudden have a contribution to the world.
100%.
And that's the way I look at it. It's like, fucking cop out, I'll say it. But it's like, that's the way I look at children. Yeah. It's kind of like, yes, I understand that they're amazing and people genuinely do. There's people, obviously, that is their goal. And congratulations on them for reaching that goal. But I also think, like, you know, two junkies can have a kid too. Yeah. It's not necessarily that special. Any motherfucker can have one and find the funding to support it. Well, any two motherfuckers. And it's like, oh, well, maybe these days even one. I don't know. Yeah, you know. Or same sex, I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's not an achievement, in my opinion. Yeah. It's kind of like a bit of a wuss out, cop out. I would love it if people actually gave it a fucking good go before they went there. Yeah. Especially those people looking at it as a way to save their marriages. It's like, please.
Oh, that's a risk. I mean, look, I look at it and go, like, when I first was going to buy my car, I think my parents sort of said, they're like, well, what do you want to do? I said, I just want to do cool shit. That's what I want to do. I want to do cool stuff.
But that's a horrible thing for parents to hear. Oh, yeah. Modern parents, 100%. Okay. Modern parents, but okay. But it's like, oh my God. And look, I wish you would just actually say, I want to be an awesome lawyer or something, because that'd be easier.
And I wanted a Sylvia for years. And then I think it was Mum actually said to me, she's like, okay, get one. And I'm like, this is weird. Why is my mother telling me that I should go buy a stupid sports car and spend my money on it? And it was basically along the lines of, it's like, well, you're not going to fit kids in the back seat.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
Not in the sense of like...
I get you.
But it's like, do it while you still can. Yeah. Sort of thing. Because I mean, look, Dad went and bought a Mustang.
Well, it sounds like you got very supportive parents. Yeah, yeah. So it's almost like...
They got it in that
So it's almost like I know we've been meaning to catch up for a while. Yeah. But now that we have, it's almost like you need to step up your game.
Oh, yeah, 100% I do. I got to do so much more stuff.
You know, the next time you're on this podcast, you better have done something like a real mark in the wall. You know what I mean?
Hope.
Well, not your hope. You got to know.
Yeah, well, it's. I think it's more that I'll have an idea. Like, I've been thinking about something, and I think, like I said before, it's like we're starting uni where it's like being able to chuck in all the effort and time outside of work into just doing stuff that I enjoyed and
so
creating
you might as well
something.
Make it something amazing. Yeah.
So
you
I was
can
like,
shape it.
And I used to just chuck stuff like as much time as I could into doing something because I could afford to do it. And then I kind of went, okay, I'm doing less because I'm at uni. I don't have the income to support doing stupid stuff to the same degree. I kind of went, okay, but at the same time, there's people around me that are doing absolutely awesome stuff that aren't getting any sort of, like, no one's showing that. And I wanted to sort of, I've been toying with the idea if people are cool. And that's the hard thing is people aren't always keen to be on camera. But I wanted to try and do something that's like I was going to, like, something along the lines of, like, cool shit my friends do. Where it's just like, this is
a celebration
cool
of successes.
Yeah, rather than like me going, hey, this is my face and a camera, I'm doing this today. It's this is the people around me and this is what they're doing.
Celebrations of success have been going on for so long. Yeah. It's so fake too. I want to see people talk about their failures because, you know, we hear all these amazing speakers and we hear their success stories. But man, I would love to hear all the times they've gone wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I probably would learn.
There's a video I've watched, like, it's again Elon Musk. There's a video I've watched like 5 or 6 times. It's like Elon Musk going through all the shit.
All the fuck ups.
Yeah. And it's like SpaceX, then having to put Tesla public because they ran out of money. Like, and you go, that is just like that. It's weird to say. It gives me the biggest burst of motivation. Yeah. Because it's okay, so I fuck up on shit, but he also does. And he's also putting
his fuck ups are monumental.
Into space. Yeah, but it's like, you know, he's okay, so he's the company's going broke. Maybe I'm not fucking up on the same degree. But it's like, he's coming back from that and putting rockets into space still. Like,
I don't think our fuck-ups are to the same degree, but in many ways they're worse. Our fuck-ups are the ones where we end up regretting. Yeah. Whereas he'll make a fuck-up and it's not regret. No. It's just like, I lost a lot of money.
But at the same time, he turns around and makes the best of it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that he didn't try. Yeah. Right? And I hate tryhards. Yeah. But I only hate tryhards because I think you can't try hard at something if you haven't genuinely got the knowledge and self-belief that you can pull it off. Yeah. I think taking a risk doesn't mean doing something that, like, I'm going to be a fucking American Idol singer if I've never learned how to sing before. I don't think that's taking a risk.
Yeah.
I think that's being absolutely fucking stupid. You know, like absolutely you're dreaming.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think dreaming is good. I've never thought that dreaming was a positive thing.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you go out with a hippie girl that every single morning, the first thing she tells you is her dreams and tries to analyze it. And like, you know, a year in seeing her, you're like, you fucking wake up and you're like, oh my God, here it comes.
I don't want to hear about
right,
this again.
because it's like, it's not
You're not living in the now.
You're not, well, it's not. You're not taking a risk.
No.
You're not doing anything.
You're just saying how you're going to. And I'm 100% guilty of it. Like the amount of times I've said, oh, I've got the spare motor sitting at home. What if I just like, you know,
and you know, and you can step one 100%. Step out of yourself and know that that motor is still never going to be as great as the best motor in the world. No, but you already know. But it's almost.
Do you know how many times I've said like, oh, I'm going to chuck it. You know, I'm going to do this, and this. It's going to be 300 kilowatts, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, yeah, that's not going to happen for like at least the next 4 or 5 years.
I know, but then you're even thinking about that, right? And it's 4 or 5 years for you to get there. But you know what? There's 1,000,000,001 other people in the world that have made a 300 kilowatt engine. Yeah. This is what I'm saying is like, what happened to the society where the goals just became so mundane and small? Yeah. There's like, oh, I can't wait to be able to learn how to make a pad thai.
What's the reward everything? It's that instant gratification.
But it's just so sad, isn't it? It's kind of like, you know, you go through life being inspired by Einstein or some of the biggest, Mozart, Picasso. And then all of a sudden, for me anyway, it's like, where are the geniuses? Yeah. It was a while before Steve Jobs was
recognized for it.
Right. And Elon Musk. But it's like there was a gap there for us. There was like all these geniuses that we kind of like knew about. Yeah. But then there was this huge gap where there was no one.
But is it also that oversaturation where it's now that...
But now is the time.
But you look at how much things have changed in the last 20 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who would have thought that being car guys... that my GTR would be second best to an electric car in our lifetime, because we had Priuses. So it was kind of like, where did it go from Prius to Tesla? And it's just like, if he doesn't prove single-handedly that you young kids can change the world, then why the fuck are you guys still not even trying? That's my thing. It's kind of like, man, okay, so in my generation, it was hard. Because we were trying to change the world. I was. But all I could change was like a small little design community or a car community. But I'm just saying, like, you're in an era now where people are literally changing the world. So we're back on track, in my opinion. We're back to the Mozart, Picasso, Einstein era in just that we all knew that there were people that stood out. Elon Musk. You know, we kind of know that he is a modern genius now. You can't deny it.
No chance.
So it's like, now that this culture is back, I feel like now's the time for you guys to be these modern geniuses. Because I feel like I never had that. Not saying that I would have been one, but I have all the traits. I have I don't need to sleep. I'm up at 4:20 every morning. I go to sleep at midnight. I don't sleep. And I work every minute of the day. Like, we're hanging out, catching up, but it's work. And then as soon as you hop off,
productive.
I'm editing. You know, I'm literally non-stop. But I don't think people literally understand that.
No, I don't think they do.
I don't think so. I think they watch Netflix. Or I think, like, I play games, but my God, when I play games, I play them so hardcore. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm playing on a PC, playing first-person shooters and third-person shooters. And not until I beat them do I tell them, oh, by the way, I'm playing with a controller. And they just fucking hate it. Because they're like, what?
No, you can't.
Controllers suck. I'm like, I know they do. I'm a keyboard mouse guy. But I'm only doing this to make my life harder. And so that when I beat you, I can rub it in. But it's like, no one thinks like that anymore.
So here's the question. Have you seen any, what's his name? Gary Vaynerchuk.
I've heard, I saw one video.
You need to see his stuff, because he talks about a lot of the things you've sort of said along that sort of line. He talks about, he loves the grind. That's what he says.
I'm a grinder.
He loves the grind. He loves that work. He doesn't like this.
Like a male porn site or something.
Yeah, but he wants to buy.
I definitely like to grind.
His thing is, he's like, I'm going to buy the New York Jets.
Right.
It's like billions and millions of dollars. And he's like, I'm doing it. And he's like, because that's my goal. And he said, but I don't want to do it. He said, the day I buy the Jets is the day that everything inside me dies. Because that grind is gone. That's
funny.
He said, I would rather...
when the grind is gone, the game's over.
He loves the process rather than the reward.
Yeah.
And I think people are so caught up with image and all that sort of shit, where it's like, I'm going to take a photo of, like, you know, my hands on the wheel of a Mercedes. It's like, they're more focused on that than they are of actually, like, enjoying what they're doing. and enjoying
I'll
the
give
process.
him another go. Like, I watched one podcast with him in it.
He's hard to get
and
into.
it was the first show of this podcast, and he was the guest.
Yep.
And
That's
it was
a
their
hard way
first
to
show,
start.
and she had a great set, and
Yep.
she put money into this set, right?
Yep.
But she'd gone and deleted all her previous videos and started from scratch.
Yep.
Which I thought was the fucking stupidest thing you could do ever. But anyway, she's done this show. I checked it out. I found her annoying straight away. But she's introduced this guy, Gary V or whatever. I've never seen him before, never heard of him.
Yep.
The first thing he says when he opens his mouth is like, your whole show is fucked. And she's like, what do you mean? And it's just like, he's like, well, there's never going to be another guest on this show that's going to be better than me.
Yep. That's
There's no fucking way.
To
He's
a
like,
T.
and I'm like, I shut the window. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who do you want to be?
Exactly.
Who's your audience?
Yep.
His audience is not me because I'm already someone like him.
Correct. And that's
So-
what's hard.
But that's not hard for me.
And I think
so a lot of people are telling me, Justin, you should listen to this guy.
Yeah.
But I'm actually just another guy like him.
Yeah.
I'm a small percentile.
Yeah.
And I do my thing.
Yeah.
And there's definitely people that maybe say to other people, you should probably listen to Justin, but they listen to me once and they're like, oh, his video quality is low, his sounds low. You know what I'm just saying? Like, everyone has their niche, right?
I think he said something about
Their
the fact
lane.
that, because he puts out videos every day, and it's a video like he has a team that, not to the point where he makes vlogs, like they have like daily shows, but he has a team that follows him and films and edits. He just does his shit, right?
I get that, but he didn't start there, right?
No, 100%. But that's what he said. He said the thing is, and this is the thing, he said, all well and good for all the people watching the content as inspiration, because he's a very, very inspiring person to watch.
Yeah.
He said, but at the same time, if you're watching these videos every day, you are wasting your time because you
Right.
could be doing so much more shit.
I've
Like,
always said that to people
like-
too. Like, please don't fanboy me. Please
Yeah.
don't, because I make mistakes just like
Yeah.
you do, right? And like, this is the funny thing. I love making mistakes.
Yep.
I love it when I read hater comments from people that actually liked me before. And now that I've mentioned something about Casey, they're like,
Yeah.
anti. But I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
That reminds you that I'm only
Human.
someone that you keep checking out my page. But I'm like, I'm not checking out your page.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think it's such a, I don't know. He's very interesting, but I think at the same time, if you're in the same sort of,
I don't think I could watch him.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And
he's not
he's hard to get
targeted at
into.
me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because everything he's saying,
Yeah.
it's not new to me.
No.
I need a Jordan Peterson or someone who's
Yeah.
changing the world, someone
Yeah.
who's not just inspiring young kids who need to make it.
To do something.
I'm in the same boat as him.
Yeah.
You know, he's too close to me.
Yeah.
Like, I can pay him out about his vlogging skills too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in the same boat as that. But there are people like Joe Rogans and Petersons and stuff that I actually fanboy over in that.
They're doing it.
They're doing
Yeah.
it. They're doing it and they're risking it at their age.
Oh, and that's a big call.
Man, and I'm only just starting to do that again because
Yeah.
I'm happier these days, you know? So I understand how much harder it is to be 40, 50, 60 and be that open.
Oh, yeah. I think it's in use. It's funny how, but at the same time, I look at it and go, you always see and I found especially working in customer service, it's amazing how many people as they get older just don't give a shit.
But
they're
that's the
beyond
point.
caring. 'Cause
That's
they
the
just- they
point
just don't
because,
care.
like, why should I value a 20-year-old kid?
Yeah.
If you started an argument with me,
Yep.
there's no way you're going to win.
Yeah.
Like, that literally, in my mind,
Yep.
there's nothing you could say to
if
me.
you walk away from it, you don't care. It doesn't
But that's the
change
thing. There's
for
nothing you
Yep.
could say to me that would make me want to kill you or
Yep.
kill your girlfriend or kill somebody else. Or, you know, where if I was another 20-year-old guy, you might make me want to kill you or
Yeah.
hurt someone.
Yep.
But it's like, that is a stage in life thing more than it is an age thing.
Yep.
But it's also a confidence that I have in myself.
Exactly.
That even though I've had to make public apologies
Yep.
just to prove that I'm human still,
Yep.
you know, I still need those people to tell me, you know what, come over to my house and tell me, you know what, you stepped over the line there, Justin.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. Because if I didn't have you, my God, I'd be a fucking monster.
Yeah.
You know?
starting wars left,
So
right, and
we're
centre.
all human, end of the day.
100%. And that's what I think people forget.
Well, it's
Too
very
often.
easy to pick on someone who's famous or, you know, like, I mean, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about, like, I've said before in the podcast, like Justin Bieber. Like I've hated Justin Bieber my whole life. Since I first heard his name, I hated him.
Yep.
But I'm like, you know what? I've never met him.
No, exactly.
I bet you if you hung out and had a few bongs or drinks or whatever,
Yeah.
I actually think that he might be okay.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously got some talent in there somewhere.
Exactly.
And I respect talent.
And I think especially it's very different. I think creatives are very different to, you know, I think they see the world very differently.
But imagine me hanging out in photos on Instagram with Justin
yeah.
Bieber, my new mate.
Yeah.
Everyone will
Hang
instantly
on a minute.
judge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
but it's just
'Cause
like
there's a stigma attached. I think, and it's funny. It's in terms of anything like that. It's funny that there's that attached to it, but that's with anything. And
it's so hard to break through that.
Yep.
And my mission is that.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
And
It's kind of like I don't want to be creating a hype around a product that everyone buys, but they actually don't even know why they're buying it.
Exactly.
Because that's not sustainable.
Look at all like the Supreme. Okay, I do not get it. Right, I'm the furthest thing from a hype beast. I do not care about. Shoes don't faze me. Like I will buy a pair of shoes. I'm not going to spend $300 on a pair of Yeezys because I can't even wear them because
it's so expensive.
I know. It's like I buy a pair of I wear like Nike skateboarding shoes, and it's like they're $100. I trash them.
But they're not 300.
Exactly. It's like if I trash them, I trash them. I took care of them when they were new, and then it's like they started to get dirty. And I'm like, I stopped caring. I don't get spending like there's people queuing like
$300 for a T-shirt or something.
It's more than that. Some of them are insane.
I know,
like it's like $1,000 for a hoodie.
But it's the shittest quality print.
Yeah,
that'll wash off in a few weeks.
But it's like why? Like I don't get what it is with this brand that
and
is
I'm
like
saying I can't do that.
Yeah, no.
I can't do that.
It seems almost unethical.
I can't be the guy that the community that supports me.
Just mindlessly.
Are people that I can invite into my home.
Yeah.
Like, full stop for me.
Yeah.
You know, if I can't invite my people that are wearing my brand into my home, then that's not living. That's like, oh my God, I'm going to cop this one day.
Yeah, it's like it's almost overtaken what
I'm going to go to hell for this.
Yeah. It's just not
I'm ripping people off.
That's the thing.
You know?
But that's where it's all such an interesting... And it's such a fine line between like needing something to be successful, and especially if it's a business and you're trying to rely on it, but also having the moral standpoint where you don't want to go something that's outside of like I don't like selling to people. I really dislike selling to people, but at the same time it's like you got to do it. Like
that's another topic, bro. Like selling, making money, and all of that. Like it's a necessary evil, but something I'm still learning.
Yep.
You know,
and it's almost like I don't like money because it's like it's just too much around it. It's just...
The funny thing is, like, when Kessie was over the other night and I was reading out, like, the article that Sydney Morning Herald wrote about me when I was 21, and my God, my opinions were so different back then than they are now. So I read it out, and I was shocked at what I read out. It was like, people think money is an evil word, but, you know, it's just a fucking means. I'm, like, gun after it, and I was literally trying to be a millionaire at that age, but I'm so anti-money now.
Yeah.
But it's funny... reading over that because it was a different life.
That's the thing.
But I needed to do that then.
But it's also a different time and a different context is different. It's a different sort
context is a scary word, but
it is. But I think context is everything.
It reels things back in.
Like that's the most important thing. There's nothing worse than when anything comes from out of context or from. It's my biggest fear is it's like because the amount of stuff I've said because I have like a really really warped dark sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'll laugh.
And if someone doesn't get it,
exactly,
like,
and
it could topple you.
Oh, 100%. Like the amount of things that's like the bad jokes I've made, and it's like in hindsight you go, this is not a good idea, but it's like you go, but at the same time it was funny at the time, and the context works. Yeah. But to a different audience, to a different situation, it's just dangerous. Yeah. And that's where it's like it turns around almost viciously.
You'll be right. I think it's been an interesting podcast. I'm going to wrap it up, but I think it's been interesting. We've been talking for like, and we even had an interruption before. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to work around that. Actually, I'll figure it out. But we've been talking for 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours.
Jesus,
it's been good. I mean, because considering we've never met. Or have we? Well, we haven't met at meets.
Briefly,
but like,
briefly like meets and stuff.
Meets are strange for me.
Meets are hard.
Meets are hard for me.
Especially when people like know you and then the brand.
I say hi and bye. Next thing you know, there's 3 or 4 people around me and it gets really awkward because I'm trying to have a conversation with someone, but there's someone actually waiting.
Yep.
So I've always found that weird.
Yep.
But then again, I can't invite everyone over to my house either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if I had a shop, it would have been easier.
Yeah.
Because I did have people there on the couch.
Do you ever see that being a thing ever again?
Yeah, of course. Like, I still have that thing of, like, ZEN coffee shop because I do love coffee.
Yep.
And I have this thing where the coffee cup doesn't have a brand on it.
Yeah,
it's just black.
You said it with...
but then when you finish the cup, there's the ZEN roundel at the bottom so people can... I've got ideas,
it's
you know what I mean?
It's the design aspect of it.
I know that everything that I touch turns to gold, and it's egotistical to say that.
Yeah,
but it's very rare that I start something that fails.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, no one pinches themselves more than me at some of the stuff that I've done. Like even getting like Japanese characters on New South Wales plates.
Yeah.
Like I'm just still in awe because I'm the guy who loves Japanese culture.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's been pushing JDM.
From day dot.
Right? And to see an Australian government
It's
to
still...
see white guys wearing ZEN
Yep.
this big on their backs.
Hello.
But I'm just saying, I'll go past a fuel station and I
Yep.
see a bunch of dudes wearing ZEN.
Yep.
It's a heavy word,
Yeah.
you know. And it's just like, you can either treat it as that word that you knew or treat it like this new ethos that I've created.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'll still pinch myself,
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, I just want other people to do more of that, you know. So you understand what I'm trying to do
Yeah.
too. My whole career has been not like celebrating my successes.
Yep.
It's been pushing tough love. And I'll ruffle feathers because people love what they do.
Yep.
People are precious about their thing.
Yep.
But man, if they just take a little bit of inspiration from me, not copy, take a little bit of that inspiration and like actually step outside yourself and have a really good look at yourself from my perspective or somebody else's.
to do.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be,
It
but
should
it
be
is.
a daily
Yeah.
thing. I do it every day. Every day, some part of the day, I'll step outside myself and just make sure everything's all right.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, sure, I was really fucked up for a while there because I thought like, maybe if I do the bare minimums, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? You can get away with that. You can do the bare
That's not the
minimums
best
for a
way to live.
while, but you're just treading water. You're just a rat on a fucking wheel.
It's what's the saying?
You got to rock the boat,
what
bro.
was it about
You
dead
have
fish?
to rock the. Yeah, well, that's right. So I go through my life thinking, go with the flow, with the flow, and I thought I was doing so good. I thought I was slaughtering the world, and then once I realized, that one saying, only dead fish go with the flow. I'm like, you know what? I can put more effort in and do more things and try
do so
different
much
streams and
Yep.
different routes. And if
Yep.
they fail, fuck, I'm not a dead fish because I'm trying shit.
Exactly. It's what they always say about like with innovation and just adaptability is that's how you stay alive. You don't survive by doing the same thing over and over again. You got to be able to adapt.
It's easy to get destroyed by some feedback
Oh yeah.
and quit
Oh yeah.
while you're ahead. But I'm kind of like, man, you know, now I'm getting closer to 47, which is my deadline. I'm kind of like, oh fuck, I might actually last for longer than this.
Yeah.
I might live to be 50 or 60 or 70, and now I'm panicking.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Because is
like,
that then the
because
now?
other people haven't had this drive like me because they've never
Yeah.
had a reason, but I've given myself a reason.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of like, you know what? Fuck, I hope I can keep going.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen like Cutie and the Boxer only had a Netflix documentary about their artwork when they were 80 years old.
Yeah.
They've been pushing their artwork in New York City since they were my age, and they've never gotten a break until Netflix came out.
Yeah.
And someone did a beautiful doco on them, and now they're having the biggest art shows they've ever had in their lives.
Exactly.
I'm like, there's still potential for
Yeah.
me to shake shit up,
Always.
you know? But for
Always.
me, right now, I'm just like, I'm still learning every day like everybody else should be.
Exactly.
I don't say should very often, but my God, people should be learning and should be uncomfortable. You know, thank God you're not comfortable at 20.
No.
But I'd like to see you push.
I hope so.
I hope
Love
so
to.
too.
Do some
It'd be
cool
an
shit.
interesting second podcast when you've made it.
Yeah. The question is, how soon will that be?
You never know. It's amazing how much you can do in 1 year.
Exactly.
It really is.
Yeah.
So-
Most definitely.
Well, all the best,
Thank
Lockie.
you very much.
It's been a good podcast. It's
Most
been
definitely.
good to get to know you.
Yeah.
Like, it's as random as, you know, like literally getting to know each other over a podcast.
Good way to do it.
I like it.
Yeah. Definitely a good way to do it.
Yeah. So that was number 14 done. And like I said, like, man, these are shit in comparison to what I'm capable of. You know what I mean?
what you mean.
I know that in 12 months' time,
It's the thing. You're
I'll
saying
be
what
a
I'll
lot
be like
better.
in 12
Well,
months' time. Imagine what this is going to be like 12 months' time.
it's just I'm a living analogy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that I'm editing videos without any idea of file sizes. There's no transitions. There's
Yep.
no fades.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
like, I could Google that shit. But right now, it's not that important to me.
No.
You know,
it's
people are
about-
like, hey, this starts out a bit weird. There should be an intro and stuff. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Don't worry.
Yep.
A lot of people messaging me saying, yeah, let me help you with it. I'm like, thank you very much. I appreciate the help. But right now,
It's all good.
level of importance, it's more about the content and
Exactly.
winging it and seeing how it goes.
It's my favorite. I've been told not to use that, but winging it is my favorite thing.
It's awesome.
It's just, you
It's
figure
risky, risk
it out.
take.
It is, but you go, you know what? Figure it out. It's having faith in yourself.
It is. Well, you'll only develop more of that. But you could probably do with more attitude, I think.
Yeah.
Too nice a guy.
Probably a little bit every now and then.
Like, attitude is something that people are willing to forget later on in life.
Yeah.
So you can ruffle more feathers.
Yeah.
Don't be so nice. Don't be a nice guy. You don't, like Jordan Peterson says, you don't win if you're a nice guy.
Nah, I might enjoy making some.
Don't be too agreeable. Start ruffling some feathers.
Yeah,
the GDR thing was on the right track.
Yeah, I think so. I still stand by.
Because you got more interest.
I still stand by
and you mentioned it in the podcast, and it's like,
yeah, there'll be debate about it too.
Well, I need to hang a leak, so we're done.
Done.
2:30.
Easy.
That was sick, bro.
Oh man.